Yorùbá ló ń jà pé Yorùbá kan ń gbé àwọn ìfẹ́ nìkan. Láti dúpẹ́ lọ́gbà àwọn tó wà ní àkúrà ìlú ọ̀nà dìdíta. Gbogbo àwọn ọba náà ti dìde. Gbogbo àwọn ọba ti dìde. Everybody ti dìde. Kò sí gbogbo Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò náà dìde. Inú tó gbogbo àlàmúfínú papọ̀. Ìdí pé Yorùbá kan ń fẹ́ gbàgbọ́dé. Ìjà máa ń jà ìjà gbogbo Yorùbá ni. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ti jókòó ẹ̀ náà kò dé náà.
And a very good morning and welcome once again to Koiki Media Live as we kickstart the Tuesday edition of our live transmission. Today is Tuesday, the 23rd of May, 2023. The time is just coming up to 5 a.m. local time in London. My name is Olami Koiki. Take a look at the topic, the 1999 Constitution. Our governors, Akeredolu, they are now crying out. Just the same way, see, I think so Nigeria cannot function without that constitution. With the constitution that we have presently, Tinubu will not be able to perform anything. That will be the conversation this early hours of the morning as the program is just in the progress of kicking start. Once again, I welcome those of you that have joined us and those that will be having the opportunity láti lè wo program nígbà tí ẹ bá fẹ́ wò. Èmi náà ni àbúrò yín ọmọ yín Koiki Media. Koiki Media, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. À ń padà bọ̀.
Ọmọ Ìbàràpá lápapọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àkí ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ tilé tó kó ẹ̀mí àbọ̀ ẹ̀bá nǹkan mọ Adéyẹmọ. Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho orúkọ ńlá tí ń jámọ̀ láyà bí àrá orúkọ tó ń dẹ́rù bo lórúkọ gan. Ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má sùn o torí pé bùrà a kò lè fojú kégbodò láyé títa ríro lẹ̀dá ń kọlà wúrà tó máa dán alànà kọjá dandan o. Ọ̀wọ́n irin ní má bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ̀nà ẹ̀dá kan ò lè ṣì wá lọ́nà mọ́ ẹjẹ́ àfìmọ̀ṣọ̀ kan ká lè débi re ẹjẹ́ àjọ gbárùkù ti Sunday Ìgbòho ṣá ọmọ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ nílùú Alágbàdo Òde ọmọ atapẹ̀tẹ̀ wọnú omi ọmọ gègèlè wodò sànyà ìsànyà ò rẹ́ràn bàbá yín láàrin ìdí omi kò sì náà ń kán sí yín lẹ́nu ọmọ òkúta mẹ́ta òkè Ìgbòho ìkan ṣe yín ní dábọ̀dàbọ̀ ìkan ní mọ́ rọra ìkan tó kù nígbà tí wọ́n ò mọ̀ Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ kí ló dé Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ sí ọmọ òpópó sanran ìgbàgede Ìgbòho sùn wọn láláìsí bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ́n ní kó ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó máa kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ ẹ̀sìn òní bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho mọ̀rẹ́ bẹ́sìn bá bímọ méjì ní Ìgbòho àfikàn pọpọ sí amúkan yòókù bọ sànyà àtúmúyà rẹ̀ tí ò lọ́rọ̀ gbọ́ àfiṣẹrù wálé wàrà mòjé ọmọ onílé ọlà àwọn àjòjì tó ń ṣe ségesège tọ́láwọn ò ní bomi kó sí mu wọ́n láwọn ò ní bomi sànyà wẹ́sẹ̀ ìgbà tójú kò fi rí ń kọ́ gbogbo wọn náà sáré bomi kó sí mu wọ́n sì bomi sànyà wẹ́sẹ̀ ọmọ abẹ́rẹ́ mẹ́ta òde ayé ọ̀kan ṣẹ́ ọ̀kan tẹ̀ ọ̀kan tó kù ní gbogbo ayé ti ránṣọ kiri gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá Sunday Ìgbòho onírèlẹ̀ láéláé torí àbá lásán nìkan ń dá òkúta ò ṣe gbé fún wọn o ìmọ̀ràn lásán ni ti balùwẹ̀ kò pọ́sibú kó dòdò láyé ń bí ó kún díẹ̀ kí tọ́ domi láéláyé ìtọ́ mi lè domi. Sunday Ìgbòho arógun má ti dí tó ń jà fẹ́tọ̀ Yorùbá ní tilé tó kó.
Impediment to Yoruba development is the impediment to Oodua development. Without Nigeria, we won't be where we are. 1962, we were far ahead of South Korea and North Korea. We were far ahead of China even. We had television before France. We had radio before South Africa. Now look at where we are today. I think it's a shame that even any Yoruba man can be talking about restructuring at this point in time. What are we restructuring? This country that is already shot to pieces? I don't think that's what we want. But they are always talking about giving Nigeria a chance. The patience of Yoruba with Nigeria has come to an end.
Again. No going back. Ìgbòho òòṣà iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ ń tẹ̀síwájú. Mr. Koiki ẹ ṣé o, àwọn ọmọ mi ló ń kí yín o. Àwọn ọmọ mi ló ń kí yín o. Lágbára Ọlọ́run, a máa délẹ̀ lérí o lórúkọ Jésù. Yorùbá nation.
Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ lẹ́ǹkan sí pé a káàárọ̀ níbikíbi tí ẹ bá ti ń wò wá tí ẹ ti ń gbọ́ wa. Orúkọ tèmi náà ni Ọláyọmí Koiki tí gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ sí Koiki Media. Mo kí ọmọdé, mo kí àgbàlagbà, mo kí gbogbo ibi tí ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjíire ti ń ṣayé lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà nílé, mo kí gbogbo àwọn àgbààgbà tí a fi sílẹ̀ nílé tí à ń sọ fún pé Nàìjíríà ti kó bá ìran Yorùbá bí a bá wà níbẹ̀ fún another 63 years pẹ̀lú structure tí Nàìjíríà ní, kò likely pé Nàìjíríà máa gbére. Mo dúpẹ́ fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ń fi ọkàn bá lọ pé Nàìjíríà tí ẹ mọ̀ ní 1960 òun kọ́ ni Nàìjíríà tí ẹ mọ̀ nísìn, nítorí pé tí a bá wò lọ tí a bá wò bọ̀ a rí pé 1960 in tó fún wa ní 1960 ó yàtọ̀ sí in tí à ń lò lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn. In tá à ń lò lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ òun náà ń pè ní fraudulent system. But nígbà tá a máa gba òmìnira tí àwọn bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ tí wọ́n ṣe wàhálà lé lórí, in tí wọ́n dúró lé níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn ni pé kí ìrọ̀rùn lè wà fún gbogbo ibi tí a mọ̀ ní region tí wọ́n ń pè ní Nàìjíríà. Nígbà tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí í ṣe gbogbo bí a ṣe máa jáde lọ́wọ́ àwọn òyìnbó amúnisìn, nítorí pé àwọn òyìnbó amúnisìn àwọn ni wọ́n ṣe agbátẹrù 1914 amalgamation tó fi dé ibi tí a wá ń béèrè fún independent. Ghana gba independent síwájú Nàìjíríà, but nígbà tí àsìkò tó, àwọn tí bàbá wa náà látorí Sardauna, Azikiwe, Tafawa Balewa wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń kọrin sáwọn òyìnbó pé ẹ ṣe jẹ́ kí àwa náà dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìlú tó lè máa tọ́jú àwọn èèyàn ẹ̀, kó má jẹ́ pé àwọn òyìnbó ló máa tọ́jú wa. Àwọn òyìnbó wá wo ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn pé lótìtọ́ lódodo ó yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ nígbà tó jẹ́ pé àwọn làwọn kúkú ti ń kó wa lẹ́rú láti bí ìgbà pípẹ́. Torí tá bá wo record láti 1914 títí dé 1960 ó ní ọ̀nà tó pọ̀ in terms of the years, iye ọdún. Ẹ gbọ́ mi dáadáa, nígbà táwọn òyìnbó ń kó wa lẹ́rú ìyẹn yàtọ̀. Wọ́n kó wa lẹ́rú títí wọ́n ń kó wa káàkiri àgbáyé, wọ́n fi wá lọ ṣiṣẹ́ iṣẹ́ oko ẹrú tí wọ́n sanwó fún. Wọ́n ṣèyẹn títí fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọdún kó tó di pé a wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí jà fún pé ká dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè kan. Àmọ́ ìjà tí a jà fún pé ká dá dúró yẹn òun kọ́ ni system tá à ń lò nísìn. System tá à ń lò nísìn ó yàtọ̀ gbalasa sí tí àwa àti àwọn òyìnbó tí à ń pè ní Great Britain tí gbogbo àjọ jókòó ní Lancaster House ìyẹn ní 1957-58. Nígbà yẹn náà ni wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń kọ irú constitution wo la lè lò, nítorí pé kò sílùú kan tó wà láyé bí ẹ bá ti lo constitution tí ó lè mú ìdàgbàsókè wá nínú ìlú yẹn, ìlú náà ò lè gbérí, á kọ̀ jẹ́ pé á máa fà bí ìgbé ni. Ìyẹn ni Nàìjíríà ṣe ń fà tí kò lọ síwájú kò lọ sẹ́yìn. Mi ò rò pé àǹgó ìrosè bí a ti ṣe gbọ́ ìtàn, wọ́n destroy in tí wọ́n fún wa but ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ mọ tí ó ń bẹ lẹ́yìn ẹ̀fà nítorí pé àwọn òyìnbó tẹ̀ ń wò yìí oríṣiríṣi ọ̀nà ni wọ́n ń dá. Ṣé tẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n kúkú fẹ́ jẹ́ ká lọ? In tí wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣe fi gbogbo wa papọ̀ ní 1914 tí a fi ń pè ní the 1914 amalgamation. Òun ni pé òyìnbó owó tó ń pa nílẹ̀ Haúsá, owó yẹn ò wá dédé. Owó tó ń pa nílẹ̀ Haúsá, owó yẹn ò wá bó ti jẹ́ kó wá. Àwọn wá wò pé ìṣe àwọn lè máa run ibi tá a mọ̀ sí the northern part of Nigeria. Ṣé àwọn lè máa run ẹ̀ the way táwọn ṣe ń run ní south part of Nigeria. Lọ ṣe wá ní ó dà á ṣe dọ́gbọ́n báyìí, ẹja kó gbogbo wọn papọ̀ káwa má di pé àwọn gbọ́n, àwọn ò fẹ́ lose owó, but nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tí owó ń bẹ wọ́n ní kí àwa máa ṣe kí ni, káwa máa darapọ̀ mọ́ àwọn Haúsá. Ìdí tí a ṣe ní problem kan lénìí kò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ pé àwọn aláwọ̀ funfun yẹn tí a mọ̀ sí òyìnbó, wọ́n lo in tó favour àwọn because I mean àwọn fẹ́ ṣe ń tọ́ àwọn máa lose owó lé lórí. Àwọn fẹ́ ṣe tó jẹ́ pé àwọn làwọn máa gain. And lénìí nísìn tí à ń kígbe pé Nàìjíríà ó ń fà wá sẹ́yìn tó pọ̀, àwọn òyìnbó dákẹ́. Wọ́n ní ká má worry, ká máa tẹ̀síwájú díẹ̀díẹ̀, ká máa ṣe in tá à ń ṣe lọ nípa democracy. Whereas òyìnbó ò ṣerú democracy táwa ń ṣe, nítorí pé ní United Kingdom tá a mọ̀ sí Great Britain, ọ̀nà mẹ́ta ni ó pín sí tí a bá ń sọ pé Great Britain. The Kingdom of Great Britain. Kingdom làwa náà jẹ́ ní in the 1500 àti máa gbọ́ Ọ̀yọ́ Empire. Kingdom kan ni empire yẹn níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn. Àmọ́ lénìí wọ́n ti pín sí wẹ́lẹwẹ̀lẹ, wọ́n ti pín sí ọ̀nà tó wù wọ́n. Ìyẹn àwọn òyìnbó ní 1884 or thereabout. Wọ́n pín sí ọ̀nà tó favour àwọn, àmọ́ wọ́n ò ronú tọ̀dọ̀ tiwa. Wọ́n ò ronú tọ̀dọ̀ tiwa nítorí pé àwa la máa ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá sọ fún wọn pé nísìn pé gbogbo èyí tí ẹ ti ṣe bọ̀ lẹ́yìn kò favour anybody, kò favour ọmọdé, kò favour àgbàlagbà. But problem kan tá à ní ni pé àwọn tí ó jẹ́ representative ti tọ̀dọ̀ tiwa ní South West, wọ́n ní ká ṣe sùúrù, wọ́n ní ká má bẹ̀rù pé democracy táwọn gbà lọ́wọ́ military ní 1999 ó ń tẹ̀síwájú ni. Democracy dẹ̀ máa ń pẹ́ kó tó build up. But problem kan tó wà nínú democracy ni pé ẹ bá ti ń lo in tí kò jẹ́ kẹ́ lò bíi constitution, a máa ní problem. And that is why today Nigeria ò lọ síwájú, kò lọ sẹ́yìn láti 1999. Ọbásanjọ́ ló kọ́kọ́ lo constitution tá à ń sọ yìí níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn, ìyẹn bíi 20-something years ago. Àmọ́ ó jẹ́ kí Ọbásanjọ́ sọ fún wa nígbà yẹn pé constitution tóun báyìí, constitution yẹn ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó. Bọ̀ nítorí pé tá a bá rántí pé ó kù díẹ̀ kan tó wọ́n fi pa Ọbásanjọ́, ìyẹn Abacha, wọ́n ti Ọbásanjọ́ mọ́lé. Nígbà yẹn ni gbogbo awuyewuye ti MK Abiola tó ń lọ pé a ṣe lè dìbò kíbò má di in tó máa fún wa ní president tí wọ́n mú Abíọ́lá mọ́lẹ̀. Ó di pé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pariwo pé nígbà, nítorí pé election tó ṣe níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn, election yẹn was peaceful. Bí Haúsá ṣe dìbò fún Abíọ́lá, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwọn Yorùbá dìbò. Gbogbo ìlú ló dìbò fún Abíọ́lá. But Babangida àti àwọn ẹmẹ̀wẹ̀ wọ́n ṣe mọ̀kọ̀rọ̀mọ́kọ́rọ́, wọ́n da gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ ìbò yẹn rú. Gbogbo kìíní yẹn ó rúgbó. Àwọn international community wọ́n wá ń fọwọ́ lérò, wọ́n ń wo Nàìjíríà pé bàbá jẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà lọ fọ́ kòkó ọbẹ̀ tá à ń jẹ yìí, a máa ṣẹ̀ máa negotiate nǹkan míì ni. Àmọ́ kó tó dégbà yẹn, àwọn kan kọ constitution kan, wọ́n prepare constitution yẹn fúnra wọn. Constitution yẹn la mọ̀ sí constitution tó ń lò lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn, tá fi ń pè ní the military decree. Military decree ní constitution yẹn, but in tó fẹ́ lò fún tẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n ò tí ì rí lò délẹ̀. But nígbà tí gbogbo wàhálà dé tó di pé à ń fà síbí fà sọ́hùn, ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn fẹ́ di tí ó dàbí tí tá a bá fọ́ Nàìjíríà a lè tẹ̀síwájú. Àwọn military tí ẹ̀ ń rí yẹn ní Nàìjíríà, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ló ń bá àti Amẹ́ríkà àti UK àti France àti Canada, gbogbo wọn jọ ń ṣiṣẹ́ ni, wọ́n jọ ń ṣiṣẹ́ ni, wọ́n wọléwọ̀de gidi ní gbogbo wọn. Àwọn wá sọ pé ó máa tó pé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tẹ̀ ń wò yìí wá pín Nàìjíríà mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́ tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá tètè wá solution. Military wá sọ pé òkè, interim government wọlé láàrin méjì, ìyẹn Ṣónẹ́kàn, ìyẹn ti kú nísìn, gbogbo àwọn bàbá burúkú tó ti fayé jẹ́ kó lọ máa bá Elédùmarè kọjọ máa yanjú ẹ̀ lọ́hùn. But in tí mo fẹ́ kí ẹ̀mí máa lọ ni pé kí ló fà á débi pé a fi lo constitution tá à ń lò lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀? Kí ló dé tí a tolerate ẹ̀? Kí ló dé tí gbogbo àwọn ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n ńláńláńlá tí wọ́n kàwé jù àwa lọ tá ń pera wọn ní lọ́ọ̀yà, wọ́n pè ẹ̀bẹ̀ rẹ lómi tó bá dẹ bá rí wíìgì orí ẹ̀ báyìí. Nígbà tó máa fi di 1999, wọ́n ní ká tó wá lọ dìbò pé àwọn máa gbéjọba sílẹ̀. Ṣé rántí pé military ló ti wà lórí àléfà for a very long time. Nígbà tí gbogbo civil war ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 1967, 68, 69, táwọn Biafra náà fẹ́ lọ, àwa Yorùbá ní wọ̀lé lọ, àwa náà dí wọn lọ́wọ́, gbogbo ẹ̀ di mọ́kùn. Britain sọ̀pọ́tì Nigerian government 5 million àwọn ọmọ Ìgbò ló pa. Àwa gbogbo wa ń sọ nígbà yẹn pé kí ló fẹ́ pín fún, ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa wà láàrin Nàìjíríà. Kódà à ń sọ pé ṣe báwọn ni wọ́n da regional government oríṣiríṣi ní ìtàn tá gbọ́. But nǹkan kan tí ó wá ṣe ń ṣí làákàyè àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá nísìn ni pé àṣé ń táwọn Biafra ń fẹ́ níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn, bó bá jẹ́ pé gbogbo á ti fọwọ́ sí, ó ṣeé ṣe pé ìjókòó tèmi ìjókòó lé ní nísìnyí kọ́ la máa jókòó. Ìjókòó ṣé gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì wa ń ṣiṣẹ́, ṣé kò ṣiṣẹ́, òun la máa jókòó lé lórí. Àwa wà delay láti 1970 títí di wákàtí. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ò lọ sókè, kò lọ sẹ́yìn, ó dá dúró láàrin méjì. Nígbà tó máa fi di pé military àwọn ń ṣe bó ṣe wù wọ́n, agbára ti pọ̀ jù, wọ́n ń lo ìbọn, wọ́n fi sọ fún wa àwọn gbogbo tí military ṣe yẹn, West ló ń sọ fún wọn pé ọ̀nà báyìí ni kẹ́ máa ṣe, ẹni tó bá ti ṣe láàrin ẹ̀pà wọn, àwa á máa cover yín. But n ta kò lè ṣe ni pé owó epo tẹ́ bá ti ń tà, a máa pín sí half. Ìní epo ọ̀fẹ́ ló gbà, because during the military era nothing was accountable. Kò sí kankan tí ó wà accountable. Ta lẹ fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, ta la fẹ́ béèrè ẹjọ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé báwo lẹ epo lẹ tà. Nísìn la ṣe mọ̀ pé àṣìwọ́tẹ̀ tẹpo tó pọ̀, nítorí pé irúgbà tí Abacha kú, a bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí rí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ owó tí wọ́n ń gbà padà lọ́wọ́ Sani Abacha, ẹ̀yin ò béèrè pé bolóyin Abacha ti rí àwọn owó yẹn. owó epo tó ń tà ní Abacha ní business kankan tó ń operate ní west tábàjá bá ti send the crude oil síta crude oil yẹn owó tó yẹ kó padà sínú Nàìjíríà ó ń há sí ọ̀nà Switzerland bó ṣe ń há sí Switzerland á há sí Amẹ́ríkà àwọn owó epo tí Abacha ń tà òun ni àwọn owó tó ń há yẹn àmọ́ nígbà tó jẹ́ pé a ní power láti bi Abacha pé èèlò gan ni epo tá à ń tà síta because for láti 1970 títí dé 1999 which is about probably 20 years or thereabout if not 30 it was the military rule and they were very very nasty people. They were using Nigeria as if they own Nigeria. They were very powerful. Agbára yẹn ti pọ̀ jù. Wọ́n dẹ̀ lo agbára yẹn, wọ́n lò ní oríṣiríṣi ọ̀nà tí ó jẹ́ pé tá bá jẹ́ pé ó yẹ kí gbogbo wa ó yẹ kó fún wa ní psychology assessment because military disturb brain wa ìyẹn la ṣe máa ń rí sójà nísìn àyà já pé gbogbo fíà yẹn òun ni wọ́n lò but àwọn òyìnbó tó jẹ́ west wọ́n sọ fún military pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń bá lọ yìí àwọn èèyàn ti ń gbọ́n gan nítorí pé pressure náà wá ní west ṣe dá democracy padà fáwọn àwọn civilian kẹ́yìn náà wá darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn díẹ̀ kò ń ṣe gbogbo yín náà lè máa lè darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn àmọ́ láàrin yín ẹ bọ́ aṣọ sójà yẹn ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí wá gbádá ẹ mọ̀ pé ẹ bá rí Buhari nígbà míì tó bá wá gbádá àti Babangida ẹ mọ̀ pé náà bá rí Babangida tó wá gbádá ìyàn fẹ́ lè máa bèrè pé àbí Babangida náà kọ́ lélẹ̀ tó fẹ́ báyé jẹ́ ó ti yé yín nísìn nítorí pé àwọn west ló ń fún wọn ní intelligent yẹn pé tẹ́ ẹ bá tètè dá government padà sí civilian rule kẹ́yìn náà dẹ̀ máa bá wọn ṣe Nàìjíríà máa tètè dissolve and nítorí wá ṣe ni pé wọ́n lókè wọ́n dá government yẹn wọ́n dá padà díẹ̀díẹ̀ ẹ rí i pé láàrin méjì ó ń wá díẹ̀díẹ̀ all of a sudden wọ́n kàn ní ká lọ máa prepare pé a máa dìbò kẹ́ tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń dìbò yẹn èmi ti kúrò ní Nàìjíríà ní 1999 èmi ti sá lọ sí ìlú òyìnbó ní 1998 ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ni wọ́n wá ń dùn pé a ti dé sí civilian rule a ti wọnú ìjọba democracy alágbádá ń kọ́ agbádá báyìí wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lùlù gbàgà gbogbo olúkálukú ń jó wọ́n ń yọ̀ pé ní tá à ń sọ fáyín military nìyẹn ẹ̀yin ẹ wà ní barracks ká máa fún yín lówó bẹ́ẹ̀ bá fẹ́ ra ìbọn à fún yín bẹ́ẹ̀ bá fẹ́ need technology à fún yín but àwa ní fìlà báyìí fìlà Awólọ́wọ̀ fìlà Azikiwe fìlà Tafawa Balewa ẹ̀rọ àwọn ará Haúsá náà ń dé fìlà Tafawa Balewa àwọn Ìgbò ń dé fìlà Azikiwe. The power now switch power yẹn kúrò lọ́wọ́ military wá wà lẹ́yìn wọ́n gbé civilian síwájú but military wá ṣe nǹkan kan tó smart wọ́n mọ̀ pé táwọn bá máa fún wa ní civilian rule because normally tó bá yẹ pé proper civilian rule là ń ràn ní Nàìjíríà kódà irú ariwo tá à ń pa ìgbọ̀nsẹ̀ ó lè má wà relevant because people will just say Koiki shut up Nigeria is working now kí ni gbogbo ilé 10-5 but the 1999 democracy yẹn ó mú kankan wá gbogbo àwọn èèyàn bá ṣe ń ṣàlàyé fún wọn nísìn wọ́n ní ìmọ̀ pé nígbà tí a fẹ́ padà sí democracy yẹn ní 1999 kò sẹ́ni kankan tó tẹ̀ rántí pé kí la máa fi ṣe government inú àwọn èèyàn kàn ń dùn ni wọ́n kàn ń jó ni ìzọ̀bù olúkálùkù kàn ń jó ni kò sẹ́ni kankan tó béèrè pé irú government wo la fẹ́ ràn àti pé lórí constitution wo nísìn lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ṣe understand constitution ẹlòmí for more than 20 years kò mọ̀ constitution tó ń lò Nàìjíríà ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wà nísìn tá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe breakdown ẹ̀ díẹ̀ tó ń lọ in and out tó jẹ́ pé àwọn kan ń sọ̀rọ̀ ní Nàìjíríà àwọn gbòógì lọ́ọ̀yà abáríru bàbá wa fẹ́ Babalọ́lá £10 million ló fún wọn ní King's College àmọ́rú negotiation tó wà àtàwọn òyìnbó jọ ní £10 million. Ìlú ẹ̀ dàbí ilé ilẹ̀ ìyẹn fẹ́ Babalọ́lá bàbá yẹn £10 million ló fún wọn ní UK ní bí last month àbí 2 months ago tó ní kó máa fi ṣe research tí ó ṣe ní ṣé Ondo State ni bàbá yẹn ti wá wọ́pọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ o Adénúgà gbogbo wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá gbòógì owó tí wọn kọ́ ṣàmà kó síta nítorí pé gbogbo wọn ló ń wá favour lọ́wọ́ àwọn òyìnbó. Now ó wá di pé 1999 wá dé wọ́n lọ fa Ọbásanjọ́ jáde wọ́n fi Ọbásanjọ́ wọ́n fi tù wá lójú ṣe bí Yorùbá tó ń sọ náà lẹ́ ń sọ nísìnyí la ṣe wá mọ̀ pé bàbá yẹn ìfẹ́ tó ní sí Yorùbá 0 ni ó ní my one Nigerian is better than the Yorubaness Yorùbá dẹ̀ ni wọ́n fi gbé wọlé àṣé àwa tí àwọn Yorùbá ní a ní Ọbásanjọ́ ní connection káàkiri gbogbo àgbáyé ó máa ṣẹ̀sìn kú ni bàbá yẹn ó máa ṣe ẹ̀sìn kó tó kú nítorí pé lára àwọn tó dalẹ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá nìyẹn àwọn nìyẹn tá a bá fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan kan nísìnyí ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ kọ́kọ́ lọ bá Ọbásanjọ́ ni lára gimmick tí wọ́n play in 1999 wọ́n sì ń play títí di wákàtí is irrelevant. Tinubu máa dín pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ tí Tinubu bá wọlé tán ó máa dín pẹ̀lú Ọbásanjọ́ nítorí pé Ọbásanjọ́ náà dín pẹ̀lú Tinubu wọ́n máa ṣe fight dirty gbogbo tó wà lọ́wọ́ Ọbásanjọ́ Tinubu máa gbà padà nítorí pé nígbà tó jẹ́ Lagos State Governor òun náà dín pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ ìyẹn another conversation ni. Now a wá padà sí democracy àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà àtàwọn ẹ̀yà tiwa àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá wọ́n wá ń expect pé ṣèbí tá a bá yàn nínú democracy ṣèbí ó yẹ káyé wa kó máa move síwájú ni ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lọ kàwé ẹni tó lè kàwé ẹni tó lọ kàwé kó lọ kọ́ṣẹ́ Nàìjíríà ló máa ti kọ́ṣẹ́ tailor ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ló máa fún ẹ ní machine tó máa lò mo rí bàbá kan ní ìjọ Sunday kọ́lọ́ba wà pẹ̀lú bàbá yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ń fún wọn ní machine tó fi ń ránṣọ ó fún àwọn kan ní kíní hairdresser àwọn chemist kan ó fún àwọn yẹn ní owó kọ́lọ́ba wà pẹ̀lú bàbá yẹn. Èyí tó yẹ kí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì máa create a fund pé o ti ṣiṣẹ́ o ti lọ kọ́ṣẹ́ ìwọ lọ yunifásitì àmọ́ àwọ̀ ẹ̀ àìmọye àwọn tó wà nílùú òyìnbó tí mo bá ṣiṣẹ́ kódà wọ́ọ̀ tẹ̀ lè kọ orúkọ wọn torí pé wọ́ọ̀ gbàná school lọ bó ṣe ń ṣe kódà ẹlòmíì bàbá ẹ̀ ló ń ṣiṣẹ́ lóòótọ́ yẹn bàbá ẹ̀ ti wà lóòótọ́ yẹn for 10 years àwa lọ mọ́ ohun ẹ̀ wá àwa náà mọ ohun lélẹ̀ wá fi sínú ibi iṣẹ́ láti ibi iṣẹ́ yẹn lọ́mọ ẹ̀ máa ní training oríṣi kódà ọmọ ẹ̀ tó máa fi ṣe 2 years èmi tèmi jẹ́ degree holder ọmọ yẹn wá ti train ẹ̀ bó ṣe ń change bulb nínú hotel bàbá ẹ̀ ló ń bá ṣiṣẹ́ ó kàn máa ń bá bàbá ẹ̀ gbé ìkíni o from there wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí train ẹ̀ so university àti polytechnic kò ń ṣe dandan but interconnect ni pé làákàyè pé ṣá lè train àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó lè wá tipa kódà ó yá gba tipa ẹ̀ máa lọ sínú oko torí gbogbo ẹ̀gẹ́ tó ń ṣe níbí ìbàdàn ìwọ máa kó wá máa dá sí factory sórí ìwọ ní brain ìwọ máa bọ̀ manager ni wàá pè manager sórí gbogbo àwọn tó wà níbí ìbàdàn àwọn staff tó wà lábẹ́ bí bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ ṣe ń ṣe nìyẹn. ṣé wàá rí àwọn jẹgúrújẹrá olè politician yín nígbà tó dé sínú democracy lọ́ba àwọn náà bá rí pé owó ń bẹ níbí ìbàdàn ṣìgìdì owó wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí gba allocation federal allocation wọlé àwọn náà wá rí pé so agbára tẹ̀ wà díẹ̀ débi pé wọ́n lè lọ gba loan ṣé mọ̀ pé state lè gba loan àwọn náà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí í ṣe they become very powerful. Democracy sọ àwọn Yorùbá politician di olówó òjijì owó yẹn wá di pé ẹlòmíì nù wọn tí kò rí 1 million naira rẹ̀ ó wá rí 1 billion naira ó wá ń fowó yẹn wọ́n báyìí ó wá ń wo owó yẹn pé owó ló pọ̀ tó yìí. Ìta máa ṣe ni pé ọdún mẹ́rin yóò ní tó èmi o, mo gbọ́dọ̀ ṣọdún mẹ́rin. Ẹ lọ wo lórí burúkú Amosun, ó máa ṣẹ̀ sí tó máa fi kú ni. Mo rí ní ọ̀dọ̀ Dangote lánàá pẹ̀lú fìlọ lórí burúkú ẹ̀ tó máa ń dé káàkiri. Àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ àtọmọ Àbíkẹ́ Dábírí ọjọ́ dóbò tọjọ́ fẹ́ra wọn London bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ń gbé. Ìwọ máa bú èmi, ìwọ máa lè torí pé èpè lẹ máa gbà lẹ́nu tèmi, ẹ̀ lè gbàdúrà. Torí Amosun, torí pírójẹ́kìtì tí ó wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yẹn, pírójẹ́kìtì tó ń wò yẹn ti Dangote yẹn, inú Ògùn state ló yẹ kó wà. Inú Ògùn state ló yẹ kí pírójẹ́kìtì yẹn wà. Bọ̀ olórí burúkú má ṣàǹfààní Amosun, torí pé nígbà tó mọ̀ pé ó ti kọ́kọ́ jẹ sínétọ̀, ó kọ́ lọ ṣe gọ́fúnà 8 years, ó tún padà sí sínétọ̀ nísìn. Ibi tó fi kú sí ló wà yẹn, ó máa ṣẹ̀ sí tó máa fi kú ni. They now become powerful, owó ti pọ̀ jù. So wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí rí pé so àwọn mílítírì yìí mùlá tẹ̀ ń jẹ leléyìí, mùlá leléyìí. Olúkálukú wọn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí wọ́n run government yẹn, àwọn aráàlú wá ń bèrè pé a ti ṣe 4 years nínú 1999, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, no changes. Kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ kẹ̀? Ó yẹ kí changes ti máa dé náà, ó yẹ ká ti máa rí changes, ó yẹ ká ti máa rí changes, ó yẹ ká ti máa rí changes. Àwọn aráàlú wá ń bèrè pé ní 2003 wọ́n tún fẹ́ contest again. Kódà bóyá 4 years yẹn bí a kò wà enough tó. Wọ́n tún gbé lu síta ìgbègbè olúkálukú bá ń lùlù, olúkálukú bá ń lùlù, lọ́ ń jó, lọ́ ń ránṣọ, lọ́ ń dé fìlà pé wọ́n tún gbé wọn wọlé padà. Nígbà tó tún ṣe 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2004, 5, 6, 7. Nígbà tó di 2007, ọdún mẹ́jọ pé. So Ọbásanjọ́ ṣọdún mẹ́jọ, àwọn èèyàn rí result. Olórí burúkú ẹ̀ máa ṣẹ̀ sí kú ni. 8 years kò ṣe Sango Ọ̀tà road yẹn, bó ṣe wà látìgbà tó ń wọlé yẹn náà ló ṣì wà. Àwọn aráàlú tún wò pé kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ kẹ̀? Ṣèbí dẹ̀mọ́ sí nínú military rule mọ́ náà, ṣèbí democracy la wà, ó yẹ káyé wa máa tẹ̀síwájú. Àwọn èèyàn wa ní ó dá àwọn bàbá Adébóyè, àwọn GO, àwọn GGO, àwọn GGO, àwọn Kúmọ́lù àbí ṣé Kúmọ́lù ni bàbá yẹn jẹ́? Àwọn ló tún wà ńbẹ̀, àwọn new generation churches, Sulaiman. Àwọn èèyàn wá pé àwọn èèyàn sínú church and pray for Nigeria, pray for your leaders. Tí bàbá Adébóyè bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí nísìn, ẹ jẹ́ gbàdúrà. Ó yẹ ká ní kankan tá lè fi báàkì ọ̀rọ̀ tí mò ń sọ yìí, kí má màdàbẹ́ tó ń sọ àsọdùn. Mo kí gbogbo ilẹ̀ nǹkan sí. Mo ní ó yà ń pa ní fídíò bàbá wa Adébóyè gbólówà, ẹ jẹ́ lọ wá fídíò yẹn jáde. Kákọ̀ fi bọ́tírẹ́sì ọ̀rọ̀ tí mò ń sọ, torí pé kó má dàbí ìgbà pé Akóìkí ọba dẹ̀ máa sọ̀rọ̀ sí bàbá yẹn, àbí kò fi àbógunlága yìí fi pa bàbá ẹ̀ ni. Ṣé wọ́n mọ̀ pé bàbá Adébóyè ló máa ń jáde ló máa ní pray for Nigeria láti 1999. Nigeria pray ọlọ́run born pastor ní gbogbo yín. Mo ń bọ̀ gbé kámẹ́rà mi wọnú. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí èmi àbúrò yín náà ni. Wọ́n ní fẹ́ lómi ṣe ni, wọ́n lè fẹ́ lómi ṣe wọ kò má tà, wọ́n ní fẹ́ lómi ṣe ni lèmi sọ. So bí ṣe ń sọ lọ kó tó di pé a máa prepare fídíò yẹn, la bá rí pé ó yẹ kí láìfù wa ti dájú rẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀ tá a wá nù ẹ̀ yìí. Ọbásanjọ́ ṣe 8 years. ìyẹn bá kó gbogbo owó tí kò rí kó jẹ mọ́ ẹmọ̀ kan Ọbásanjọ́ tiẹ̀ ti fẹ́ bàjẹ́ kó tó di pé wọ́n lọ fà padà. Lòun náà bá sáré accumulate owó, kódà bá ṣe gbọ́gbọ́n sẹ̀ bó ṣe ń gba sí fún àwọn ọmọ rẹ̀. Ó dà gbogbo ọ̀tẹ̀ ni ó gba fọ́ọ̀mù ìkànnì àjọyìnbó gbogbo aṣáláṣá àgbọ̀ sórí ẹ̀dá wo ẹ̀yin onílé rẹ̀ ń tẹ̀wà lórí Instagram lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ máa gbọ́n tí ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀.
Almighty God, we are suffering. Have mercy. Enough is enough. Oh. Almighty God, hey, please have mercy. ṣàánú ọlọ́run ìyanu ṣàánú àjẹ̀bí àríbì kankan sá sí ṣùgbọ́n ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí orúkọ Jésù Kristi.
Bàbá ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run àwọ̀ jẹ̀bi o bẹ́ẹ̀ bá jẹ̀bi ẹ̀yin ni kẹ́ sọ fún Ọlọ́run pé ti jẹ̀bi tẹ́ ẹ̀ tètè sọ fún àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá pé olórí burúkú bomb bastard làwọn olóṣèlú wa àwọn àti wọn lẹ́jọ́ jẹ̀bi àwọn àtàwọn wo lẹ́jọ́ jẹ̀bi torí pé a padà sí democracy kò ń ṣe pa abroad lẹ́yìn wà inú Nàìjíríà yẹn lẹ́wà wọ́n ṣe 1 year 2 years 3 years 4 years 5 years 6 years 7 years Ọbásanjọ́ ṣe 8 good years pariwo síta pé bàbá Ọbásanjọ́ Nàìjíríà yìí a rò pé nígbà tá a ti kúrò ní military nǹkan máa rọrùn fáwọn èèyàn wa ní jẹ̀bi nígbà yẹn bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ ṣèbí tẹ́ ń sọ fáwọn ará ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ni pé pray for Nigeria pray for àwọn ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì kan wá ń dìde àwọn sọ pé pray for Nigeria yóò lè work o àmọ́ àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ mọ̀ bá bàbá jí o láfẹ́ àfẹ́ àwọn ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì abẹ́ pan afẹ́ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì tó máa tan air condition tó máa tan AC sí wa lórí so èmi ò bá yín jẹ̀bi o ẹ̀yin lẹ jẹ̀bi ẹ̀yin àti bàbá God tẹ́ ń ṣẹ́rí God tẹ́ ń pè yẹn God tẹ́ ń pè yẹn ẹ̀yin àti bàbá God ẹjọ yanjú ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ bá yanjú ẹ nínú ayé yìí ẹ yanjú ẹ tẹ́ bá dán gbogbo pé tá bá kú tá bá dán yẹn ẹni gbogbo yẹn àwa kan pàbó ni ẹfọgẹdẹ ẹ lè máa sọ yẹn fáwọn tó wà nílé àwa ti kọjá stéèjì Koiki ẹmí ọba kú bọmsí mi ní ẹni tó wà láyé ló kú family friend wa kan mo sọ fún yín lánàá ìyá yẹn ọlọ́ba àfọ̀rúnkẹ́ láti ọdún 3 ló ti sí ó ti dákẹ́ lánàá ní ó ti lọ kódà ìgbà tí ìyàwó mi wọ dédé lánàá tó lọ kí pásítọ̀ náà tó dé ó ní ọmọ ẹ̀ sọ pé ó ń sọ fún bàbá wọn pé mom is not breathing tí ikú bá dé ikú á máa dàbí májíìkì ó ní mom is not breathing bàbá ẹ̀ ní náà pé ó kàn rest ní àṣé ìyá ti lọ ó tún ní mọ́mí is not breathing òun ò rí breathing lára mọ́mí ìyá ẹ̀ ti lọ ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ ti lọ kúrò lára ẹ̀ kọ́ lọ́ọ́ bá Fọ̀rúnkẹ́ àwọn mọ̀lẹ́bí ẹ̀ torí wọ bàbá Adébóyè àṣẹ yìí náà ń dọ́gbọ́n gbogbo tẹ́ ẹ̀ fi sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ẹ̀ ń dúró de olórí burúkú shortman devil Ọ̀ṣínbàjò so ẹ mọ̀ pé ambition wà fún Ọ̀ṣínbàjò fún náà máa di vice president bí ẹ̀yin lẹ̀ ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ wá náà ẹ jẹ̀bi àwọn wo lẹ́jọ́ jẹ̀bi ẹ̀yin lẹ jẹ̀bi láì sọ fún àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà àtàwọn ọmọ Yorùbá pé Nàìjíríà ò kì í ṣe country tó run lórí constitution yẹn let's go back.
ṣàánú fún wa ẹ jẹ́ ara àánú gbà ẹ ṣàánú orílẹ̀-èdè wa ẹ ṣàánú ẹbí wa ẹ ṣàánú ìjọ Ọlọ́run ẹ ṣàánú wa gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan Olódùmarè ẹ ṣàánú o ẹ ṣàánú o Ọlọ́run ìyanu ẹ ṣàánú o ẹ sọ òkùnkùn wa dì mọ́lẹ̀ Ọlọ́run ìyanu ìnira ìtì.
ṣe rí ẹ sọ òkùnkùn dì mọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ fàbó ni tí bá pa náà yìí nísìnyí ṣe rí pé gbogbo ẹ ti dúdú ó dúdú wokowoko ní ẹjẹ tó pa tòkè torí pé gbogbo òkùnkùn yẹn ọ̀nà wọlé tí gbà bí ìmọ̀lẹ̀ wa náà máa fi ìmọ̀lẹ̀ wọlé ilé ìmọ̀lẹ̀ pa nísìn inú òkùnkùn ni mo wà nísìn so tí ìbá tanná bá mo ṣe pé wà nínú òkùnkùn mo tẹ̀ fẹ́ rí election títà so bàbá ìkílẹ̀ sọ lẹ́nu àwọn olè ń fún ní fàbú yẹn kí ọkọ lọ́ọ̀ kó sọ òkùnkùn dì mọ́lẹ̀ kí Ọlọ́run sọ òkùnkùn dì mọ́lẹ̀ lórí 1999 constitution tá a gbé dání a gbé constitution yìí dání láti 1999 23 years ago ẹ wá ń sọ nísìn fídíò yìí was rárá pé last year àbí early this year ni wọ́n ṣe fídíò yìí so ẹ̀yin fi kẹ̀lẹ̀bẹ̀ sójú kẹ̀lẹ̀bẹ̀ wà lójú yín ẹ mọ̀ pé ṣebí mathematician lè pera yín so ẹ̀yin ò mọ̀ pé 1999 constitution yẹn àgbákò so kẹ̀lẹ̀bẹ̀ wà lójú yín èmi ni máa ṣe bá so èmi ni máa bá ń yọ kẹ̀lẹ̀bẹ̀ pé inú òkùnkùn lèmi wà nísìn so báwo mo ṣe fẹ́ tanná tí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ìlú yìí tó ò bá make sure pé wọ́n faná dé àdúgbò mi débi pé màá wá máa sanwó náà yẹn so kẹ̀lẹ̀bẹ̀ wà lójú yín tẹ bá ní kọ́ ṣàánú ẹ̀yin ní kẹjọ máa bá ẹ máa tọrọ ìdáríjì Ọlọ́run láì jẹ́ kẹ́ tètè sọ̀rọ̀ síta torí pé gbogbo eléyìí tẹ́ ṣe ń sọ yìí kàjó ni kàjó ni ẹ̀yin ọmọ ìjọ wọn mo bú bàbá o mo kàn ń sọ fún bàbá pé kàjó ni wọ́n fi kẹ̀lẹ̀bẹ̀ sójú ni kẹ̀lẹ̀bẹ̀ wà lójú wọn. The Nigerians are suffering for the negligence of it. Àìtí dọ́dọ̀ Akeredolu ibẹ̀ la ṣe fẹ́ lọ finally o gbogbo eléyìí mo ṣe prep mind yín because Akeredolu ti gbóhùn síta nísìnyí pé that constitution that 1999 constitution tí Tinubu ò bá dissolve power sí state kò lè rí nǹkan kan ṣe a ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mẹ́yẹ̀ bọ̀ lápò ni ó yá gbóhùn sókè bàbá jí o.
pípọ̀ jù olùdáǹdè ẹ̀ ṣàánú.
èmi ò lè wá náà kùkù ṣe rí bí ṣe ara ti ń ni mí ṣe rí pé mo kọ̀ pa náà fún less than 2 minutes ara kò tí pé ara ti ń ni mí ara tó ń ní àwọn èèyàn yín nílé tọ́wọ́ àánú darkness ẹ wá ní kọ́lọ̀ mú ìmọ́lẹ̀ wá níbo lọ́lọ́run ti máa mú ìmọ́lẹ̀ lórí constitution tó gbádùn constitution yẹn náà ní ọmọ yín máa lo ìyẹn ṣé jíò kékeré nìyẹn torí pé tó bá ṣe tán nísìnyí àmì fẹ́ pé ẹ fún ní ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì kan tá máa manage ìyẹn lórí burúkú bomb bastard tinú Yẹmí Ọ̀sínbàjò ṣé ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ló fi manage wọ́n pé tó máa manage á súnmọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá torí òkú la máa lẹ̀ pamọ́ lórí kékeré mo ṣe fún ní London tó sá lọ tó bá ṣe tán ní government kó sọ pé òun fi wá ṣe kankan ní London àjọpàdé ní London èmi ò ní láti wá sí Nàìjíríà torí Nàìjíríà ìlú òṣì ní Nàìjíríà.
ẹ foríjì wá ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ sọ òkùnkùn wa dè mọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn tó ń tẹ̀ wá mọ́lẹ̀ àwọn tó ń rẹ́ wá jẹ ẹ ṣàṣàánú Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè ẹ ṣàánú àjẹbí o àjẹbí o àwa ló jẹ̀bi o àwa ló jẹ̀bi o Olódùmarè àjẹbí.
bàbá mo gbọ́ nǹkan nísìn mo ti gbọ́ fídíò tẹ́lẹ̀ bọ́ tí yàrá bá ń gbọ́ fídíò later again ìyá máa tún máa kọ́ àwọn wọlẹ́jọ́ àwọn wọlé ni wọ́n ń ṣe owó ẹlòkùnkùn tí ẹ̀ ń bẹ̀rù tẹ́ẹ̀dé sọ ẹ pé hypocrite ní bàbá ẹ̀ you are an hypocrite because ẹ mọ àwọn tó ń dá wàhálà síbẹ̀ sí wa lọ́rùn ẹ sọrúkọ wọn jáde á lọ làgò mọ́ wọn lórí ẹ wọ́n ń sọ fún wa nísìnyí pé Ọlọ́run kó ṣàánú nígbà ènìyàn wa ẹ ní kọ́lọ́run kó ṣàánú àbí kí ni mò ń gbọ́ tí bàbá yìí sọ ẹ jẹ́ rìn wá ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí so ẹ ń sọ fún wa nísìnyí pé láti 1999 more than 23 years ago ẹ tẹ̀ ní balls láti sọ pé bàbá Ọbásanjọ́ ẹ ṣe dáadáa nítorí ẹ kẹṣẹ ẹ ṣe so ẹ lè sọ yẹn ẹ wá ń sọ fáwọn èèyàn pé kọ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run but nílé ayé tá a wà yìí ẹ sọ òtítọ́ ẹ sọ bàbá ẹ gbé òtítọ́ ẹ gbé sábẹ́ ẹkùn ẹ ń fi fake ẹ gbé jáde ẹ bá wá ẹ pray for Nigeria ó dà pé mo rò pé rí vision bọ́sẹ̀ kò tó dà pé vision crossover mo rò pé vision yẹn ó clear ẹni gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń follow àwọn bàbá yìí ẹ ní right láti follow wọn kò sí any problem bọ́sẹ̀ rí follow tá à ń follow wọn òun náà ló kó bá èmi àti iná mo ti wà pé mo ti tọ́ ọmọ bíbá gbogbo ẹ̀ sí ìṣòkùnkùn náà èmi ò sí nínú darkness ṣẹlẹ̀ tẹ́ ṣe follow wọn KICC ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì kan wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ mi tí bá débẹ̀ láàárọ̀ yìí nísìn àti ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì àti gbogbo ẹ̀ ó wà ń close down olúkálùkù ti pàṣẹ lọ ẹ lọ wo gbogbo KICC tó wà Nàìjíríà nísìn no mo ní kí ni mo sọ KICC redeem ṣèbí redeem mi ti bàbá redeem kan wà ní ẹgbẹ́ mi níbẹ̀ tí bá lọ bẹ̀ láàárọ̀ yìí nísìn ẹ close down ní olúkálùkù ti pàṣẹ lọ aago 6 fi lù àwọn ọmọ ti lọ sí school no àwọn ọmọ ṣì ń sùn ìrànlọ́dá ọmọ tó bá wà nílé títí di 8:30 ọlọ́mọ àìkí ṣíṣà kò wá gbé nínú ilé àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n ń ta wóróbo wọ́n ń ta wóróbo bàbá ṣe máa ń kọjá lára àwọn tó máa ń tà nǹkan ní ju títì ṣá torí mo rò pé bí helicopter lè máa fi move ẹ kì í lọ lórí mọ́tò bí àyìn lè ṣe tètè mọ̀ pé bí àyìn lè ṣe wá ó dà pé ṣe nísìnyí lè ṣe mọ̀ pé kọ́lọ́n kó ṣàánú wa mò ń bọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí.
àwa ló jẹ̀bi o àwa.
àwọn ò jẹ̀bi o ilẹ̀ ń jẹ̀bi tẹ́ ẹ̀ sọ fún àwa pé fraudulent constitution ni a fi operate We are 1 hour close into the broadcast.
ló jẹ̀bi Olódùmarè àjẹ̀bi àwa la múnú yín dùn.
Àwa wo la múnú yín dùn? Ṣé báwọn yẹn wá ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì tó wá ń bẹ Ọlọ́run lójoojúmọ́? Àbí ẹni tí ó bímọ tó fún ọmọ ẹ̀ ní báírò pé ọmọ kókó gbogbo aláwo fídíò yẹn a máa yí ìwé ni. So ìwo la ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀? Ẹni ká gbàwẹ̀ á gbàwẹ̀. Àwa tá à ń ṣe mùsùlùmí tá à ń ṣe kírísítẹ́nì gan ẹ bá ti ń sọ pé ká gbàwẹ̀ àwa náà ń gbà náà àwẹ̀ yẹn torí pé àwọn expect pé tá bá gbàwẹ̀ yẹn miracle kan kàn máa dé akọ transform Nàìjíríà akọ change Nàìjíríà àwọn olórí burúkú politician àwọn bomb bastard tó ń lo 1999 constitution tó fi accumulate owó tó pọ̀ gbogbo wọn wá mọ̀ fáwọn fi ralé sí London ralé sí America ẹ mọ iye létí Ike Ekeremadu ní Ike Ekeremadu ní more than 20 houses tí Ike Ekeremadu máa ní 20 houses ìwọ́n máa ronú sí má tẹ̀ wọ́rì nípa àwọn governors ọ̀ máa ronú sí àwọn house of rep gbogbo wọn lọ ti ra lisa abroad gbogbo wọn lọ ti ní citizenship ó mọ̀ kán fowó ra citizenship ìwọ máa bú mi sórí ibi tèmi wà bí mo padà wá sí Nàìjíríà fún another 30 years tí mo dẹ̀ rọra ṣe níwọ̀nba tí mo lè ṣe ní bíbá tí mo lọ gbé Mercedes Benz tí mo lè sanwó ẹ̀ tí mo lọ fa wàhálà tí mo lè ṣe ara jókòó sí bíbá màá máa fi pè ránṣẹ́ sí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì Nàìjíríà èmi á dẹ̀ máa jà ìgbé àwọn gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì tó bá tẹ̀ ìjà gọ́ọ̀sì àkọsí ìgbé náà àwa ti fi ẹ̀mí wa sílẹ̀ ṣé o mọ̀ pé ẹ̀mí ó mọ̀ pé bàbá yóò fẹ̀mí ẹ̀ sílẹ̀ o èmi fi ẹ̀mí mi sílẹ̀ ju bàbá yìí lọ bó ṣe lọ torí bàbá tó ń wò yìí kò fi ẹ̀mí kankan sílẹ̀ torí pé n tèmi sọ risk tó wà ń bẹ̀ ó ju ti bàbá yìí lọ. I am a huge target here in UK and outside the world. Tí bá dé Nàìjíríà nísìn ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú ọmọ Yorùbá kan wà tẹ́rẹ́dì láti pa mí tí àyè bá wà fún yín torí pé èyí tí mò ń sọ nísìn ẹni ó ti ju ẹnu mi lọ bomb bastard. Bàbá yìí wà nínú Nàìjíríà for 23 years ṣé helicopter ló gbé káàkiri so kẹ̀lẹ̀bẹ̀ wà lójú wọn so kẹ̀lẹ̀bẹ̀ akó kẹ̀lẹ̀bẹ̀ sójú wọn àwọn ò rí pé ìyà ń jẹ wá but àwa ń set up establishment kí ni establishment à ń set up and set up more churches and better more churches ní Bulgaria is only less than kí ni population tá pé Bulgaria níjọ́ òní mo ti gbàgbé ń bọ̀ Bulgaria gbogbo population Bulgaria lẹ́nìí gbogbo population wọn gbogbo tó fi ń pe Bulgaria ní Bulgaria gbogbo tó fi ń pe ní Bulgaria kò pé 7 million. ṣé wàá mọ̀ pé according to information I get wọ́n rántí pé mo ní mo pàdé woman kan ọ̀rẹ́ mi tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní Sky tí a ti dọ̀rẹ́ nísìn a ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ nísìn èmi àti ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ kò ń ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ pé mo fẹ́ fi kan sísàlẹ̀ lórí burúkú torí pé tẹ́yìn bá ti ń gbọ́rọ̀ pọ́bìnrin àtọkùnrin sọ̀rọ̀ bí brain ẹ bí wọ́n ti block brain yín mọ̀jú kíbọ̀rọ̀kì lọ kíbọ̀rọ̀kì yẹn náà lẹ́ ń ṣe tẹ̀ ń bímọ kalẹ̀ tẹ́ẹ̀rọ àwọn ọmọ tọ́jú ò ń ṣe kíbọ̀rọ̀kì kò rọmọ tọ́jú. Bàbá yìí dẹ̀ ń ṣe ìkómọ fún púpọ̀ nínú yín àwa ẹlòmíì àrò hospital san oya ẹgbà how many people do kíbọ̀rọ̀kì lówó oya ẹgbà ṣé kò sì jẹ́ kó rí nìyẹn. Now bàbá yìí wá ń sọ fún wa nísìnyí pé kọ́lọ́n kó ṣàánú ṣó mọ̀ pé wá táwọn set up establishment kò sí nǹkan tó rọ́ǹgò bóhùn yẹn tẹ́ wà ní UK bá set up redeem káàkiri gbogbo UK kò mátà but ní Bulgaria they have 10,000 ICT 10,000 ni wọ́n ní 10,000 ICT tó ní yẹn kó mọṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe wọ́n ń sọ̀rọ̀ Jesus níbẹ̀ wọ́n ń solve solution àgbáyé. Ṣé mo pé mo ní mo pé customer service tí mo pè yẹn Bulgaria ni mo bá sọ̀rọ̀ girl yẹn jẹ́ kó yé mi kò tẹ́ ṣe girl woman nìkan ti bímọ ó ní equivalent of £800 lòún gbà ní every month inú ilé ló ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ kò kúrò nínú ilé so ká tẹ̀ sọ pé ó gba £800 ká tẹ̀ sọ pé ó yọ bills tó fi ń rán ní operation yẹn ká tẹ̀ sọ pé ó yọ 300 ó sì ní clear 500 tó bá jẹ́ pé bàbá Adébóyè sọ fún wọn pé ṣe build the ICT center káàkiri gbogbo Nàìjíríà ká wá máa ṣe outsourcing èyí tá fi ń gba ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì púpọ̀ tá fi ń ní ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì púpọ̀ ó yẹ ká build ICT kí ló dé pé ní ICT building kan máa wà báyìí lórí floor kan ẹ kó 50 computers ẹ ti train àwọn èèyàn if I call good morning Mr. Koiki how are you what's the problem I have problem with my screen èmi ni màá bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé where are you I'm in Nigeria Nigeria ICT èmi á ṣẹ̀wá mọ̀ pé Ọlọ́run ti ṣàánú wa èmi á ṣẹ̀wá mọ̀ pé Ọlọ́run ti ṣàánú wa àwọn èèyàn wá ń jí wọn ẹlòmíín nísìn ti ṣe keyboard rock láti lọ sí ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì láàárọ̀ yìí nísìn gbogbo redeem tó wà ní London ẹni mọ irọ́ ni mò ń pa ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì tó bá ṣí láàárọ̀ yìí ní UK yìí á jẹ́ pé ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì yẹn á jẹ́ pé àwọn ti wà extremist ni wọ́n I am not joking kódà ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ìyá àdúrà I don't have anything against ìyá àdúrà I like her so much I've met her so many times philanthropist ni mo ti tẹ̀lé wọn dé Òdògbó lórí big ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì tó kọ́ sí Lagos yẹn ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì wọn tó wà ní London gbogbo àwọn ọmọ ìjọ wọn pọ̀ bí wọn dá kọ́ máa lọ síbi iṣẹ́ èyí tó ò bá lọ síbi iṣẹ́ á jẹ́ pé wọ́n employ sínú church because a gbọ́dọ̀ léèyàn tó wà nínú church tó máa clean the church bọ̀ pé èèyàn kan wá dé láàárọ̀ wá jókòó yá à ń ṣàdúrà àdúrà kí lẹ̀ ń ṣe ìrọ̀lẹ́ ló ń ṣàdúrà ní ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì wọn tó bá tẹ̀ ṣe ìsọjí àwọn èèyàn gbàgbé lọ síbi iṣẹ́ ẹ̀yin ṣe ìsọjí ẹ wá ṣe ìsọjí yẹn tán ẹ tún wá padà lọ sílé àbí kẹ́ tún sùn sínú ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì yẹn àwa sọ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì di ICT center ṣẹ́rẹ́ ẹ̀yin bàbá wa mùsùlùmí ẹ̀yin ṣéèkì ńláńlá ìgbéfìlà mo tẹ̀ rí bàbá èyí tó ń tẹ̀lé àwọn sàràkí káàkiri yẹn since tá ti dárúkọ bàbá Adébóyè a gbọ́dọ̀ dárúkọ tàwọn náà ẹ rán mi lórúkọ bàbá yẹn ṣé apálá kíjà bí kinní kan kíjà ẹ fún mi lórúkọ ẹ kíkìlì kinní kan lọ yan òun àwọn ti sàràkí lòun alákìjà kinní kan ló ń jẹ́ bàbá yẹn òun ṣe bàbá Muyideen Bello kò dẹ́ ń ṣe Akeredolu gold ìkan wà tí ó jẹ́ ti Ìlọrin ó slim by àwọn sàràkí ló máa ń tẹ̀lé ọmọ ẹṣẹ́ ṣe graduation ní London kíjìpá Allahu Akbar Ọlọ́run bá ní ẹ̀yin wèrè born bastard ẹ̀ ń pe Ọlọ́run ọmọ tí ń ṣetán ní yunifásitì ní London èmi rí sójú ní báyìí ẹ travel ṣe mọ̀ pé inú bíbá ìtọ́mọ yín ti ṣe yunifásitì inú ẹ̀ náà ni gay wà inú ẹ̀ náà ni lesbian wà so that means pé ẹ̀yin ò kíà pé society tọ́mọ yín ti wá kàwé yẹn lesbian gay àtàwọn tó gba Jésù àtàwọn tó gba Muhammed wọ́n jọ wà nínú class wọ́n jọ wà nínú lecture room ẹ mọ̀ fáwọn ẹlòmíì ọyàn wọn báyìí tó bá gbé wá sí class báyìí ẹ má bínú ẹ̀yin ìyá wa aṣọ tó máa wọ̀ báyìí wàá fẹ́ lè máa wò pé kí lélẹ̀ ọmọ yín wà láàárín wọn ẹ ṣe jẹ́ kó ọmọ yín kàwé nílọrin kó ka kéwú nílọrin ṣèbí yunifásitì wà nílọrin kí ló dé tí ọmọ Kíjìpá ò ṣe kàwé ní University of Ìlọrin ṣe rí pé you are all hypocrite every single one of you are hypocrite ẹ wà ní sọ ṣe mọ̀ pé yẹn òun àtàwọn Sàràkí lọ́jọ́ wá sí London òun ò ní sọ̀rọ̀ pé Sàràkí ò ṣe dáadáa nítorí pé ibẹ̀ lọ ti ń jẹ sórí ìwọ tó jẹ́ ọmọ kéwú tó wà lábẹ́ wọn wèrè pẹ̀lú tẹ́tẹ́ ń kọ́ bọ́ MTN tó fi ń broadcast ẹ̀kọ́ shut up yébù àfa wa wèrè àfa ẹ ọmọ ẹ ní London níbi ìbàdí tó ti kàwé ó dà pásá London torí àwọn tó bá kàwé lesbian wà láàrin wọn gay wà láàrin wọn àwọn tó gba mùsùlùmí wà láàrin wọn àwọn tó jẹ́ pé máa wọ ọmọ yẹn pé wèrè lélẹ̀. This is the hypocrite that is going on within this contraction you all call ẹ̀sìn inú mind ẹ̀ they are all decide not to say anything on the constitution. Ẹ̀dá gbọ́ the last 45 minutes they will now go and say kí la Akeredolu fi pariwo síta. Akeredolu is already crying out. Let's go back into the broadcast.
Ó ní wàhálà fi dé dípò ká sọ pé ẹ jọ̀ọ́ níṣẹ́ là ń sọ pé ńbo lọ́lọ́run ọ̀hún wà ńbo lójú ẹ̀ wà kí ló dé tó ń wo gbogbo eléyìí tó ń lọ yìí tí ò ṣe nǹkan bàbá ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ ṣàánú o ẹ ṣàánú o ẹ ṣàánú Nàìjíríà o Olódùmarè ẹ ṣàánú orílẹ̀-èdè wa ọ̀gá ògo ẹ ṣàánú orílẹ̀-èdè wa ẹ ṣàánú wa ẹ ṣàánú ọmọdé ẹ ṣàánú àgbà ẹ ṣàánú mẹ̀kúnnù ẹ ṣàánú àwọn tí ò nípá àwa tí ò lólùrànlọ́wọ́ ọ̀gá ògo ẹ ṣàánú wa o ẹ̀yin nìkan ṣoṣo náà nìrànlọ́wọ́ wa o ẹ ṣàánú o Olódùmarè ẹ ṣàánú ẹ ṣàánú ẹ ṣàánú. Almighty God, we are suffering.
And as we come back into the conversation, and I have no apology for making reference to these two individuals. They are all hypocrites. So, as we are now going into the first hour of the broadcast, my name is Olami Koiki, and the discussion this morning is focused on the fraudulent 1999 Constitution, Tiwoti Lolori, Lati, more than 20 years plus. And as of today, that Constitution is still what Tinubu will be using by the time Tinubu takes the power in the next 5 days, 6 days or thereabout. Well, if they don't give it to him, destroy Nigeria, let the crisis start, let the gas go start. That is all my prayer every day. But one thing is, Buhari wanted to say a lot, but this bastard did not give him the room.
Much indeed. Buhari ti sọ̀rọ̀ àti gbọ́. 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 Ó tún yá ṣe bàbá, ṣe Buhari, ṣe bàbá, ṣe Buhari, ṣe bàbá, ṣe Buhari.
Zadu, I live in this zoo, Babu. I destroy you.
Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one.
If you don't allow we Biafrans to go, that zoological republic called Nigeria will be a worse place than Somalia. And today it is happening. And if you have not applied for your Somalian visa, please try and do so. Should I say Somali visa? Try and do so as quickly as possible, because the zoo is on the path of destruction. And there is nothing man can do to reverse it. Mark today's date and what I'm telling you. Nigeria will be destroyed beyond human comprehension.
Impediment to Yoruba development is the impediment to Odua development. Without Nigeria, we won't be where we are. 1962, we were far ahead of South Korea and North Korea. We were far ahead of China even. We had television before France. We had radio before South Africa. Now look at where we are today. I think it's a shame that even any Yoruba man can be talking about restructuring at this point in time. What are we restructuring? This country that is already shot to pieces? I don't think that's what we want. But they are always talking about giving Nigeria a chance. The patience of Yoruba with Nigeria has come to an end.
As we come back into the conversation, my name again is Ola Yomi Koiki, and I'd like to say good morning and welcome once again to the live transmission as we continue to look into why Akeredolu is now crying out for the 1999 Constitution. We talked about Bulgaria earlier in the course of the program, and as you can tell, Bulgaria is less than, almost less than a lot of our states in Nigeria. But unfortunately, Nigerians, Yoruba precisely, Bashin Sofuni, I better ka kúrò nínú Nigeria. Ó better ka dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí ara wa, ká máa ṣèjọba ara wa. kò pọ̀ jù náà tá a bá ń ṣèjọba ara but a lot of àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ń sọ pé ìjọba ara wa náà ni à ń ṣe náà ṣèbí a ní gọ́vnà tó ń rọpírẹ́tì ní tá à ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ irú yẹn kọ́ ni à ń sọ ní tá à ń sọ yàtọ̀ sí yẹn but kọ́lọ́n jẹ́ kí ó yé àwọn èèyàn wa tá a bá ní ká wo Bulgaria àbí ṣíṣe ń sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan they have 10,000 ICT nǹkan pè ní ICT ní information communication technology ìyẹn dẹ̀ ni wọ́n fi ń ṣe kí ni òun ni wọ́n fi ń jẹ́ kí àwọn ọmọ ìlú wọn kọríṣẹ́ capital wọn is Sofia. My mom traveled to Sofia in 1977, a year before I was born. That's about 43 years ago. So think about it and ask yourself, a country that is less than 110,000 square kilometers, also 42,855 square miles, is the 16th largest country in Europe, and Sofia is the nation's capital. My mom traveled there in 1977. They have about 64.7 Christianity. I'm not sure they are building a lot of churches, but rather they are building technology so that their people will not be hungry. The lady I spoke to, or the woman rather, she's earning about 800 pounds, which in Bulgaria is a lot of money. They also have their own language. Their language is called Bulgarian. Bulgarian. And that is about that. I was watching PLO Lumumba yesterday, and I want to share one of the video I saw with PLO. How many people know that man? PLO Lumumba. I watched him yesterday, and then after we watched that, we would then quickly go into the conversation of today, which is still focused on the 1999 Constitution. I've not mentioned any names so far. So let me rewind it. I do not own this transmission. It's just for educational purpose. Professor P.L.O. Lumumba was speaking about the foreign interference in Africa during the 10th National Security Symposium. I am different from all the other media because the reason why is I am more of the international relation. I believe that there is still need for dialogue in the movement. We will dialogue with whoever is necessary so that we can get out of Nigeria. We are not going to dialogue to keep ourselves in Nigeria. Our dialogue will focus on talking to the governors, the politicians. That is why we've not been carrying arms. This struggle has never been an armed struggle. If it was an armed struggle, we would have killed as many of them, and then they would have understood what we are saying. But since we are not going in that direction, we must continue to tell them that they are not ghosts. They must talk to us, whether it is Tinubu, whether it is your state governor, your representative. And when we walk bodo bawa joko, kama bawa soro. Let's enjoy this video for just a little minute. You can't see the video, but you can hear the sound.
Thank you very much. Let me thank those words.
And this event was held at Kigali in Rwanda, which was just a few days ago. It was between the May 17th and May 19th, 2023. So what you're listening to is the latest of Professor P.L.O. Lumumba. And the theme of the topic was Rwanda Defense Force Command and Staff College National Security Symposium.
Spoken before me. And remind us that interference in Africa started with slavery. When slavery had lost its value, it graduated into colonization. And that is the context in which Berlin must be seen. When the European powers sat in Berlin and divided the continent of Africa into spheres of influence. When colonization had lost its luster through a combination of certain realities and agitation from the continent, we regained our independence. As John Henry Clark, that great African-American, said, we regained independence by mimicking European governance systems. And he rightly says, no African country will ever succeed on the basis of those systems. After that, the neo-colonial project was instituted. And all of us will remember Kwame Nkrumah's book, Neo-Colonialism, the Last Stage of Imperialism. And he there says the most dangerous. We are now in a neo-colonial stage when the European powers are at their most diabolical, when the Americans are at their most diabolical. And it's not lost on me that they'll be meeting in Hiroshima next week at the G7. And how do they interfere? They interfere militarily. They ensure that you in the military are trained in Sandan, are trained in West Point, so they affect your mind. They have interfered diplomatically, sometimes through gun-code diplomacy. And that is why you see sometimes your typical European ambassador treats our heads of states in a condescending manner. They interfere through institutions such as the IMF and the World Bank. They interfere by ensuring that our economic infrastructure is beholden to theirs through dollarization. They interfere through education. They interfere by influencing our processes.
Because it's not my video, so I just want to have one or two words in between. We've been listening to Professor Lumumba. There is a new scramble for Africa. Remember that we played a video some few months back called Scramble for Africa. We are still focusing on the 1999 Constitution, but I just want to take our mind back to how we have been used as guinea pigs. We've seen the video that is trending. A lot of people are shocked. The harvesting of organ. These are not new, only if we are only deceiving ourselves. Let me remind us again about this video that I played from Beyond. We still need your support from the Koiki Media. I did say that we will let you know if we need you to support me personally for things I need to sort out. That is still at stake. But my focus is telling our people in Yawanile that Akeredolu, let me show you the headline so that you have that. We have that ready as well. Because I rebooted my system, I think I should have it now. Akeredolu Rotimi. Yeah. There are a few things we're going to talk about him. He's already crying out. So when you go at the Punch newspaper, today, devolve power to state, curb importation. Akeredolu tells Tinubu, okay, how Tinubu is going to sort all this thing out. We're waiting. There's another headline. This one is on the Guardian. Again today, relieve self of burdensome, self-imposed obligation. Akeredolu tells the government, which is going to be Tinubu in the next few days. And if you don't allow Tinubu to be there, trust me, everything that will bring kasa kasa, kobo kobo. Akeredolu is also not happy with the way they've zoned the APC, the 10th Senate, because we have the 9th Senate that were just rubber stamped to Buhari for 8 years. Now we now have the 10th Senate. So these are part of this conversation that is still coming up. But like I said, I need to slow down because that video, sometimes when we make use of their videos, it comes to our head. This is the main one. Vanguard, 1999 Constitution. States have been reduced to pathetic beggars. Do you know what that means? Pathetic beggars. So these are the conversation. So let me play back Patrick's Lumumba more while I prepare for my first early morning tea. Good morning and welcome to the live transmission. Orúkọ mi ni Ọlá Yomi Koiki. Mo kí gbogbo yín pátápátá láti ìyàwó Adéṣeun Adélani, Ọlá Akínyẹmí, Fádépẹ́ Ìbùkún, mo kí ní gbogbo Òkè Ògùn, mo kí ọmọdé, mo kí àgbàlagbà, Gani Ògún, mo kí ìyàwó Ọmọláyọ̀ Ayọ̀, mo kí Ganiyu Mujib, mo kí dáadáa, mo kí Yorùbá Nation Àfọ̀njá Àlùkà, mo kí Denix Mọ́tò, Yeah, then it's Yami Yadada, my beautiful auntie that is always here back to back. Yabo Ulubo Mulu Daruko. Mulobe Moki Ebon is Simon Adebisi. The current stealing and robbery after political space of Africa. War is draining the world economy. Benny. Oyeyemi Moki Ebon the real norm in America. Oye keep waiting my son, but you're still with me here. Thank you so much. And also to those that are listening and watching. Mọ́mí wa Sarah Oyèlọ́wọ̀ Mokiyi, bàbá wa Lateef Ọlámídé Ẹ̀ṣẹ̀gàndì tí Ọlọ́run ní Paul. I am not here fighting Christian and Muslim. I am here educating you. If my education is not the kind of education you want, like I always say, there is about 20 billion videos uploaded on the social media every day. I'm sure you'll find one that you can stick to. If you cannot stick to it, Crown comes Mokiyi, Adeniyi Adejubre Mokiyi, Emmanuel Jr., and once again, to anyone that I've not mentioned, I say good morning. To our listeners on the MixLR, Allow Baba says Yoruba Nation is the only hope we have. Good morning, you also say as well. There's 4 of you there. I think I can only pick you alone. And if I've not mentioned your name, thank you so much. I'm sorry for not mentioning your name. It's because sometimes we do not see you that you're there. But doesn't mean that we don't love you. So let's kickstart again and go back to Professor Lumumba. Emma Bineta on Instagram. I appreciate you. Cool Box, I cite you. Kenny356, I cite you. Johnny Lee, if you're not Yoruba, sorry that the Yoruba have been the conversation because we're trying to deliver the message properly to our people, and sometimes I have to speak that beautiful language. So Emma Binesiwa. And those of you on the MixLR, we don't take anybody to speak on the platform. You can only listen if you're not comfortable. Like I said, there's a lot going on the social media. You will find something that entices you. As the BBC is starting their breakfast this morning, I am doing mine 1 hour ahead of them after having a very beautiful sound sleep.
Advisors who tell us what to do. The neo-colonial project is alive and well, and it is at its most dangerous, and we Africans must smell the cost. If we don't, they are going to continue to interfere. How else do they interfere? Through NGOs, Danida, SIDA,
Okay,
UK.
did you hear that? When I tell you that all your uncles that pretend that they are working for you, they are all 419. I've seen them here in this country. I've moved with them. I know them very well. All they are interested is not what you think. They set up these NGOs. This is what the British want them to set up. Moki Obentawa in UAE, Abdullah Moki Muteke Ntewa on YouTube. Daisy 123, my brother. Bami Kule Shita Moki, Mommy wa Grandma Leah Jai. Keyword Auto Diagnostic Center. Moki Obentawa ní Òkè Ògùn. Eka Rebomi David Adegoke. My job here is to come and educate our people. If I cost, well, don't worry about the cost. Take the one that you can take. Yes, Dizzy 123 say, yes, I know Professor Lumumba is a lawyer. He's doing very well. Just raising a good morning to you. Abdullah, good morning. Aziz Temi, Timbate Kibubo Yamaki, Yami Benileke Eiti Ondo. Clement, my brother. Clement continues to send money to me all the time. Thank you so much. I love you and I appreciate it. Aziz Demigongo, Aziz always laugh each time I do my video, and he's sitting down in his house, he's crying in his eyes. Only Koiki. Remember the umbrella I use as my what's it called? Experiment. My beautiful auntie Olushola David. My auntie was very upset last week. She did not say because that person is not Yoruba person. Nobody even knew that it was not a Yoruba. But we are more concerned as humanity people. Sam, yes, thank you so much. Waris Ginaldo always talking about the trade aspect. The D2 is all about the trade. The West do not want Nigeria to break because Nigeria is supplying a lot of their natural resources, and that is not a joke, okay? Ayore, my brother, thank you so much. Moke in America, I know it's almost late there. You are going to bed. Canada, Japan is already in the afternoon. Babami Kuleshita, Abdul Latif, Idris, Gramali, Doka, Smoky, Towatomokiki. Continue to support Koiki Media. To be honest, your support is going through a lot, helping us as a platform, and we are working very hard. The screen was changing behind there because of what I was doing. I was reading your comments and your messages. Once again, let's go back into the conversation. You can get your own coffee or tea. Mine is just being prepared, and I have to pick it up now.
USA. These are Trojan horses that are introduced into our countries for the purpose of influencing our processes, and they infiltrate our institutions. Right now, if you look at the African Development Bank, look at the shareholders. It's American, it's German, it's Japanese, it's the French. And the Europeans have done their bit. They also interfere through post-colonial institutions. The Commonwealth of independent nations, they are not sovereign states, former French-speaking nations. These are the instruments that they interfere through. And how do we then deal with this situation? We Africans must now begin to recognize, and this was recognized as early as 1963, and the chair of the commission is here. They'll be celebrating 60 years in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. And 60 years ago, on the 24th day of May, Kwame Nkrumah warned us. He said, if we are not united, they are going to interfere with us militarily.
And as usual, it's just a croissant, as you can see there. This is why we say to our people, 44 years old, you don't need a politician before you can eat croissant, tea, water, even if it's ogi. But a lot of you wake up every day waiting for one politician. I mean, I couldn't eat it yesterday. I ate bread and sardine yesterday, but this is what I'm going to be eating this morning when I come back.
They are going to interfere with our economy. They are going to interfere with our agriculture. They are going to interfere with our health. Our duty, and I hope that when African heads of states and government meet in Addis next week, it will not be another jamboree at which pro forma speeches are read. I hope it will be an occasion to give meaning to Africa Agenda 2063. I hope it will be an occasion to give meaning to Africa Continental Free Trade Area. I hope it will be an occasion to revitalize the Malabo Declaration, the Maputo Declaration, the Yamoussoukro Declaration. In other words, we Africans, as I conclude, we Africans must stop operating in silos. Rwanda alone will not confront them. Burundi alone will not confront them. But if we go through the regional bodies and ultimately the African Union, we may indeed succeed in putting away this bulwark. And remember, it is no longer just Europe. There is a new scramble for Africa. The Chinese are here. The Turks are here. The Qataris are here. All of them are coming back. And the military bases that you see here is telling you that if you don't behave, they are going to use force. Sometimes I wish, and I'm saying this seriously, that we too had a nuclear weapon. Because that is what Europe and America understands. The impact of European and American and Russian and Chinese interference is a raw wound. It is not something that is in the past. It is something that is happening as we speak. And therefore, when we speak to it, we are speaking to it to warn ourselves of the reality. When we speak about the Danidas and the NGOs, these are bodies whose raison d'etre is to ensure that we remain in a perpetual state of begging. That is what we are.
Perpetual begging. So let's watch this quickly, and then we're going to move and leave. You can go and watch the full I can't play more than that. You can go to Kigali today. This video was posted 4 days ago. You can go and watch it, and I'll be sharing the link for the benefit of our listeners as well. That is how far we can take from Professor Lumumba, where he's actually saying that if we have the nuke, the weapon and not a nuclear weapon, the West will be scared of us. But since we don't have nuclear weapon, they are not bothered. They are not scared of us. Let's watch Gravitas. This was the race for Africa. This video was put on the WION News Network 2 years ago. 2.5 million people have watched it. Let's watch it as well again.
Invest in US economy's top 500 companies. With one.
To talk about Africa, once seen by Europe as the antithesis of civilization, the heart of darkness, in the words of a certain Joseph Conrad. Centuries later, Africa remains ignored. It makes news for its conflicts, poverty, and exoticism. For the longest time, the world saw it as a lost cause. Then one country saw opportunity, and thus began a new race for Africa, not very different from the scramble of the 19th century when colonial Britain and France wanted raw materials, slaves, and geopolitical influence. Now, in the 21st century, global powers are in more or less the same race. China, the United States, India, the European Union, Japan, Israel, Canada, all of these countries are in the race for Africa. And one country is emerging as the clear winner. Hello and welcome to Gravitas Plus. I'm Palki Sharma Upadhyay, and this is Africa, a continent of 54 sovereign states. 17%.
And let me say this, we are still very small in number, 54. So if Nigeria breaks to 6 countries, we help Africa to grow for another 6 more nations. What is wrong in that than having a country, Nigeria, T, A, Le, Losoke, A, Losisale, Atiwani, Ojukan.
This population, 9.6% of the global oil output, 90% of the world's platinum supply, 90% of the world's cobalt supply, half of the world's gold supply, 2/3 of the world's manganese, 35% of the world's uranium, 75% of the world's coltan, and 54 votes in the United Nations General Assembly. This is what makes Africa so attractive and makes the continent a battleground for global powers. There are numerous fronts: investment and infrastructure, military power, diplomacy, soft power, trade, geopolitics.
And we must continue on the diplomacy side of things. For the Yoruba nation, Agbodo, push more for diplomacy. Diplomacy can be done, in a way that the world will listen to us, not just on sitting on social media. Diplomacy is the game. Trade is something that we can tell the world that if you're not going to break up Nigeria, trade tension is a problem. The longer we stop the trade between the West and Nigeria, Nigeria breaks up as quickly as possible. How do we stop that? There are so many ways. Not everything we can just be saying on the social media. Taba stop trade. There are so many ways. We come out in full protest. As an example, we shut down the international airport, Muritala Mohammed Airport. We don't need to go to Abuja. We don't need Abuja. Shut down the Muritala Mohammed Airport for 7 days. That is a trade. We've actually stopped the influx of foreign airline into Nigeria. That will bring a global message. We've seen that happen around the world. So it's nothing new. I think last year I saw some activists went to Germany. These are Oyibo people. They were in Germany. And for more than hours, or if not, days, planes were diverted because what it grew around were more tarmac. That was how I know they did the same thing. If soldier by the Kobo died, they told us in the airport. Then again, no plane is going to land. No airline take the risk to come to a country where there's crisis. So that is a trade that we can tell the airlines. And when we do that, that means that they are all going to start asking questions. Imagine if all the airlines, look, the moment airline can't go to Nigeria, it triggers around the world automatically. Because imagine a flight coming from America that needs to land in Lagos, and they're telling it to divert because there's a problem in Lagos. That sends a message to the whole network. That is a trade. So there's a lot of things that the government doesn't know. Apapa can be shut down and all the shipping will not dock in Apapa. Apapa is big. If we infiltrate it and get into Apapa, we can stop it, destabilize it. But the reason why we are still telling the government that don't think you are a ghost. All these things can be done. But we are just hoping we and that is why people that are saying, why are you going to talk to Tinubu? No, we're going to talk to Tinubu when he gets there. He must talk to us. He must listen to us. If not, why did the Niger Delta to Ondo and Asari continue to destroy the pipeline and they were talking to them and gave them amnesty? If we are not going to go through that route, we will disturb all the airline coming into Lagos. This year, my talk, no, let us go and buckle up. And we don't need guns to do that. We just need the people and influx. And the moment they kill anybody at the airport, no airline is coming. We would drive ourselves into the tarmac. Tarmac, Gongolamawa. Koiki Obama must say anything. It's not something that we can be hiding. That's nothing. Yes, diplomacy is part of the message. So those that think that Koiki, you can't be saying that, that's why I said I don't hate Tinubu. Because whether we like it or not, if they don't give it to Tinubu in the next 6 days, Tinubu will destroy Nigeria anyway. And if Tinubu is there, he must talk to us, those that are asking for the right to self-determination. Just like Akeredolu is saying that power must be devolved. Do you know the meaning of that? Let's listen a little bit more to this, and then we're going to move straightly. I'm just trying to use the opportunity to eat, because when I'm going to start the Akeredolu, I won't be able to be eating and be talking. So let's watch this. I think we still have about 5 minutes on this.
Politics. Every country has its own interest in Africa. In 2016, Israel began its scramble for the continent. Benjamin Netanyahu became the first Israeli prime minister to visit Africa in 50 years. What did he want? Votes in favor of Israel and against Palestine in the United Nations resolutions. Africa and Israel share similar histories, he said. Israel went on to sponsor solar, water and agricultural technologies. In the same year, 2016, Senegal co-sponsored a UN resolution. It condemned the construction of illegal Jewish settlements in the West Bank. What did Israel do? It cancelled the Mashab drip irrigation project. And this is just one example. Here's another one. The European Union has pledged more than $54 billion in sustainable investment for Africa. What does the EU want? Access to the African market of 1.3 billion people. Brussels has negotiated free trade agreements with at least 40 African countries. But does this ensure a balanced two-way trade?
Remember, Waris Jinodo is on our program for the last 3 years, if not more. Please, nobody should call me. I'm not taking any calls. When you're about to live, that's when they keep calling and disturbing. It's all about the trade. The West want that trade to continue. And if we can stop that trade through diplomacy, or not violent, there's, it's called civil disobedience. It has been used around the world. Civil disobedience. That is what we are going to do. Civil disobedience. No airline is coming to Murtala Mohammed Airport until the president looks into our demand to right to self-determination. If we do that for 1 day, that sends a message. And then they will be looking for somebody like us, looking for Mabakintoye, looking for Ganailag Bala, looking for those that are involved in the struggle. Why have you done that? And we will tell them that since we don't have the gun to fight the government, we do what they call civil disobedience. It's another program. I'll be doing more of that now. We must be ready for civil disobedience as soon as Tinubu becomes the president. It's called civil disobedience.
It doesn't. And no country has a bigger interest in Africa than China. China is funding 1 in 5 infrastructure projects in Africa. It is building every third one. Africa has an infrastructure deficit and China has a signed checkbook. Starting 2005, China has invested at least $2 trillion in Africa. It built 6,200 kilometers of railways, including the continent's longest railway line connecting Ethiopia and Djibouti. Beijing has also built the African Union headquarters in Addis Ababa. What does China get in return? A lot. Geopolitical influence to start with. Beijing is selling its culture, its currency.
Did you hear that? China and their culture. Imagine China wants to sell their culture. That means their culture is nourished. That means their culture is powerful. And when I tell my own people, why do we want Yoruba nation? Is it because you want Igboho to be the president? No, we want to sell our culture. We want to sell our culture. We want to sell our talent. We want to keep our heritage. And these are the reasons that a lot of you don't understand. China is selling their culture. Those of you on the mixer, we're so sorry we don't bring anybody in. You're only going to sit and listen And if you're not so comfortable, there's so much going on the social media. It's going to be Yoruba and English, but more of Yoruba because of the message that we're passing to our people on the ground. This is Koiki Media, and let's go back. We are actually listening to the Race for Africa. It's on YORUBA. This video was 2 years ago, in case you want to go and watch it yourself. And the one we played earlier was Professor L. Lumumba, and that was about 4 days ago.
In Guinea-Bissau, exit signs are written in Mandarin. China has established at least 50 Confucius Institutes across 33 countries. Several African countries use Chinese currency. China also gets a strategic overseas base. In 2017, China built its first overseas base at the Horn of Africa, Djibouti to be specific. Djibouti connects the Mediterranean Sea to the Indian Ocean via the Suez Canal. The base has the capacity to accommodate 10,000 troops. China also gets a market to dump its goods.
Now, you see why America wants to build the largest embassy in Nigeria so that they can monitor China. China, I don't know the distance between Djibouti and Nigeria, but what I know is that as China is having their base there with about 10,000 soldiers, America is building one in Lagos, which is going to be the biggest embassy in the whole of Africa. Why do you think they are doing all this? Is it for me and you? Do you know that if you want to go to America today, it will take you 3 years to get an appointment? Madness. Do you know that an American citizen doesn't need an appointment to get to Nigeria? Are you aware of that? Ijemobe. Why do you want to kill yourself for a country that doesn't have no value? And America travels to Nigeria, you turn them to gold and and diamond. But you want to go to America. Some of you don't want to go and live in America. You just want to visit America. I'm sure not everybody wants to go and live in UK. Some of you just want to visit. I have an uncle that came to London during the Ramadan. As the Ramadan was completing, he called me, said, "Yomi Mo in London." He even wanted to give me money, but I couldn't meet up with him. These are people coming from Nigeria. It's not in politics. He wanted to give me money, and I know when I meet him, he will give me nothing less than at least maybe £200. Easy. I said, "Muni Alaji, shema wa pẹ̀lú wa nínú tá máa fi ṣínú ni." Mo gbọ́dọ̀ wà lÉkòó, because that is where they believe. So some of you think that it's everybody that wants to run away. Not everybody that wants to run away like me. I ran away in 1998. And like I said, I am documenting my 24 years in UK. It will be launched very soon. There will be so many videos I've done in the past, but the focus will be more of 10 to less than, there will be more than 10-minute video, where I'll be talking about everything from immigration to having a driver license. I do not do visa. If anybody is, as an imposer saying, I don't have a Nigerian line. If you're talking to anybody on a Nigerian line, you are on your own. But if you want to buy a ticket, my elder sister just completed a program, not a program, a course. So she's now a travel agent here in UK. And you can buy that ticket from anywhere in the world with definitely a little bit of discount. So you can reach out to me, I will connect you with her. But we don't do visa. So if anybody says, "Koiki visa," you are on your own. Thank you so much, Dr. Benjamin. It is very frustrating being a black man. Our people either love oppression or just don't know the need for freedom. Some of them don't know the need for freedom. And that is why I'm here shouting every day. Thank you, my auntie says we need to preserve our culture. Chinese is selling their culture. We can do so much by selling our culture. Our culture is $1 trillion. We don't even have enough of our culture on the social media. People think because we are doing this now, they think everybody knows about Yoruba people. No, we are the one that will make it happen. We need to preserve our culture. It's not because of the Fulani in the forest. You're still watching Koiki Media. We're discussing today surrounding the 1999 Constitution. When I finish this, as you can see, I've almost done. By the time I finish this now, you can see we started with food, cup of tea. That's why we say Ibikolon power. Some of you will never drink. I mean, you want to buy milk now, you have to go and get 15 naira sachet milk. You can't even buy a tin milk. Some of you, even if you buy tin milk, you will let it really not enough is preserved. And that is why we are out daily. I mean, did I sleep well? Yeah, I've been knocked off since I slept at exactly 9:30 p.m. yesterday. I switched off everything. And the only person that would wake me up would have been Igbo or my mom.
China is Africa's largest trading partner. Chinese trade has increased 40-fold in the last 2 decades.
Oh, yes, you're right, DZ123. Akeredolu is making the point about the 1999 constitution. But I've been making that point in the last 3 years. But Akeredolu is probably waiting for Tinubu to be there. Maybe I think they were saying that if anybody have that section of the video, I don't want to go and look for it. We don't have the time. Some people say, some of you are sending video. Everybody so time. Koiki, lower video from 1 hour 20 minutes. Not just say Koiki, go and sit down. You expect Koiki. Oh, easy fine. Let it well program power for 2-3 hours. I don't have that time. I'm serious. I'm not moving there. You want to send us a video to go and watch or reference to what we are doing in the program? Give us the exact time frame. Koiki, lower video. Video 3 hours. When we are trying to do as many things, because our face scale up from our platform. We want to do more. We want to do stickers. We want to do this. And don't let anybody tell you we don't need money in the movement. We need money to run the movement. If I need to, then I'll be just here, do what I have to do, and for me 50 pounds. Then I for me 30 pounds. You know, 20 pounds. I send 10 pounds. Is that what we want in the movement? We need that continuous grassroots push. I've been up now since 5 o'clock in the morning. I left the bed where my wife is still sleeping, my children are still sleeping, just to come and talk. Am I pain about it? No. Pajamas go see Walarami. Moko watch Yoruba Nation. If I put this off, right, that's the pajamas. All I did was just brush my teeth, switch on the system, and I'm talking. Because when I saw the news yesterday, I wanted to come out yesterday, but I said, no, why do I need to be, I've done almost 3 programs yesterday. We started with the morning, we did the Star Radio, we did the one in the afternoon. So I think, okay, I wanted to rest a little bit. I slept at 9:30. So I couldn't even just wait to early morning so that Mali will break a leaf, So we are trying our best, but we need to get the message to the grassroots more. Because and Akeredolu don't party when listen. I have been saying the same thing Akeredolu wants to tell you in the last 3 years about the constitution. Working Bishop Additional.
At least 10,000 Chinese firms operate in Africa. This is according to a McKinsey study. Africa has resources and China has access. Did you know that 1/3 of China's investments in Africa are in the mining sector? And finally, it gets to debt trap Africa. But here's the thing. China is not the only country investing in this continent. It's not even the biggest. The United States is Africa's largest investor. It accounts for $54 billion of FDI stock. There are 600 American companies operating in South Africa alone. And this, even after the US president called Africa fifth. For the longest time, Africa was nothing but a war zone for Washington. It has over 7,000 troops deployed in the continent. They're spread across some 13 African countries, including Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Central African Republic, Chad, Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya, Libya, Mali, Mauritania, Niger, South Sudan, Somalia, and Tunisia. For the US, Africa was a continent for counter-terrorism operations. What happened there? Why is the US suddenly interested in Africa? The answer is this. For the US, Africa is now a new front to take on China, and Washington is now fighting it out for power and influence. An article on the US State Department website reads, and I quote, Africa is the continent of the future. Thus, we need to make the most of its potential. By 2050, its population will more than double to 2.2 billion people, with over 60% under the age of 25. Where is Africa's interest in all of this? Also, what about India? What role does India play in this continent? New Delhi's ties with Africa date back to the time of Mahatma Gandhi. India was part of the Bandung Project of 1955. New Delhi supported Africa's anti-colonial struggles. It supported the liberalization movements in Ghana, Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco, Angola, Mozambique, Guinea-Bissau. India also raised the issue of racism in South Africa. It will be unfair to say, though, that India's newfound interest in Africa has nothing to do with China. In 2018, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi toured key African states just ahead of Chinese President Xi Jinping's visit. In 2018, India decided to open 18 new embassies in Africa. India has defense partnerships with Zambia, Nigeria, Ghana, Ethiopia, Botswana, Uganda, Mozambique, and Namibia. New Delhi is currently training African military. Indian company Airtel is a dominant telecom firm in Africa. New Delhi.
You hear that? How many of you knew that Indian owns Airtel? Airtel, Indian only. I pity my people that don't know anything. You hear what they're saying there? This video was 2 years ago on graffitas. Thank you so much. I love this woman so much. I pray that my own platform will be as big as this. They have a lot of network around the world. I wish to employ as many people to be working as our correspondent, but if we don't have the means and we don't have any backbone where we can project that out now, the only thing is, we can be doing what we are doing from the bottom of my location from London with my little laptop. Do we need more gadgets? Oh yes, we need. People think that media, go and look at WIN. They have reporters around the world. Some of them are just, freelance to them, but they have to pay them something. They say, because some of you don't understand how things operate. What a blocky brain. Anyway, I'm going to leave that now. Let's move to our next slide of information. I've spent too much time on that because I was also having a short break, almost 2 hours to film. So let's go to the real conversation where I want to talk about our own governor, Akeredolu. Akeredolu was in London for a business summit. I don't think every that business summit, I keep telling you, all these business summits are fraud. It's just a way to deceive Nigerians that they're doing something. If any of your governors say they're coming to London for business summit, business whatever, forget it. But let's take a look at the headline. Again, the headline coming from Punch. Devolve power to state and curb importation. Governor of Ondo State, Rotimi Akeredolu, that always run to Germany for his own medical treatment. Each time I look back, I was uploading one of my videos that I did in Ondo State in 2018. I went for what they called Ondo Auto Rally. Thank you so much to the organizer, the brother of mine that lives in UK is now fully in Nigeria. There's a lot of opportunity in Nigeria, but in Ondo State precisely, just as other states. I was there, so stop telling me, Koiki, come back home. I have always been home, okay? I have never been shy from coming to Nigeria, but the reason why I'm avoiding Nigeria now is because I am your target. You that you're saying I should come back home. You're just looking for me so that you can use that your voodoo, your Jew, and come and beat me and do all kind of nonsense. Because I know that, okay? I know that. You don't have to tell me. So let me show you some of my activities during the Ondo Auto Rally. It's out there. Just go and type in Ondo Auto Rally, type Koiki Media. You will see me there. And this was my interview. Let's start with this one. I don't want to. Let me see if I can find that. Let me go on YouTube. Ondo Auto Rally, Koiki Media. Because we're talking about governor of Ondo State now. There are some Oyibo people that have lived in Nigeria. You can see them there. They're enjoying. You see? I'm not doing it on Instagram. You can't see these images. These ones will never go back to their country because they are having good fun. And because they are Oyibo people, we love them, we respect them more than ourselves. You see them? You see them? This is Ondo State. A minimum record video. You can see them? You can see why they dance sometimes like somebody the way they do Gogoro. These guys have been living in Nigeria. Some of them have lived in Nigeria for decades. And some of them are from Cyprus area. Not all of them are pure Oyibo, okay? So when you see all these Oyibo people, don't think they are British. These ones are not British, okay? Let me see if I can. That's the organizer there, Mr. Ojuoko. It's a big uncle. You can see there. This was 2018. So, you think I was doing it for free? You must be crazy. So when I come and sit here and be telling you, come and give us money. I was running a business because my platform was a business platform. So you think I would just go to Ondo State and do something for them for free? You think I'm crazy? So when I sit here and people think, when I think about you, I have I had my own vision and my plan for my platform. And I built it from grassroots, organic. Yes, Yoruba Nation has helped it, especially with Igboho, but it was a grassroots that was, it was an organic platform that was new within the Nigerian community in the UK. Because anybody to in Nigeria, I will be at least one of the 5 people that will be told as a media working here in the UK. So when we now say, hey, I was doing something before all that stuff. The Ondo Auto rally, I met with Elizade. You can see him there in this vehicle.
Yeah, that's Pa Elizade. Pa Adeoju in there.
And that's the wife. Very nice man. His house is very beautiful. Elizade. Remember that one day was talking about people about Deboye, about Akintoye lost of Elizade. One bastard old man came wanted to destroy about Akintoye. We were all one sort of war, and there was another man that was trying to talk about Jekima and Sorrow. I was in his house in Ondo State, even though he lives like in the forest side of Ondo State. Very beautiful, massive, and Toyota was Nigeria, from what we are told. So you think that if I know all these people in 2018, what do you think Koiki Media would have stayed if I continue in that trajectory and you guys are calling me and like, Koiki, I'm a Yoruba Nation, I'm a Jebuni, so I join Yoruba Nation, fuck off, you look on the Yoruba Nation. So I think some of you need to start understanding that this is not somebody that just stood yesterday. I have been around and I'm still around and I'll continue to be around doing my own best. This is another section of that. This was 4 years ago on YouTube. Okay? This is another one. And when I travel with a full staff of up to 15 as at 2018. I move with 15 staff when I move in Nigeria. So let's come back to Akeredolu, bomb bastard, social media. I am not hungry. I have just eaten here now. I don't need to eat anything until probably midday when I'm going to be eating what they call brunch. So imagine with my connection of meat, I was with Ondo State governor. And I think I have the picture of myself with Ondo State governor somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. He's sick because, big thermometer here. It was very, but you think if I wanted to wrap up and connect with them, for me to have, there was no security when I was talking to him. You don't know that journalist brown envelope. And you were on a different level. When I travel to Nigeria, I don't wear all this nonsense like your Wole Kaja journalist. I'm going to meet these people. I go with 15 staff. Where are you from? From London. But we're here now shouting Yoruba Nation, telling the same governor. He was in London, but while he was in London, I didn't have the opportunity. He was there with one of our former Kanu chairman, which, his name is not something we can put into a way. Anyway, let's just continue. I'm sure some of you have seen the picture of myself with those days. I know all these people, and they know me by name. Mr. Koiki Media. When are you coming back to Ondo State again? What's Ondo? Because some of them will know that they're just there eating money. So, 1999 Constitution. Akeredolu is talking now. The 1999 Constitution states, what is state? Oyo State, Ogun State, Kwara State, Kogi State, Kaduna State, all the 36 states, including the FCT, are running under the 1999 Constitution. This is now going to be between Yoruba and English because this article is in English, so I won't be speaking much of Yoruba until in between. Why is Akeredolu now saying that? Let's first go and find the meaning of pathetic. That word is a very, very bad word. Pathetic. Every one of you, every one of us, let me include myself, we are in a state of pathetic. Pity, especially through vulnerability. or sadness? Why do you think we are not happy? Because the situation on ground is pathetic. The situation that we are seeing you all, the reason why Samonepa is shouting every day is because he's seeing the pathetic state of the Southeast. The reason why the Hausas are not doing much is because the Fulani have already subjugated them. Nigeria is in the state of pathetic. Can Tinubu resolve this problem in 8 years? We wait and see. Is Nigeria going to be... Say Nigeria between now and 8 years. I am not the creator. It is entirely up to every one of us. But if you're ready, we all go down, shut down the airport for 2 days and drag Tinubu into a round table conversation with the self-determination. But if you're not ready, come and invoke power, then let us be talking until we are all ready. Are you going to come down? Oh yes, I told you 48 hours when the situation is going on, I will get myself into Nigeria by fire, by force. 48 hours. 72 hours maximum in case I have to travel by the road to some countries that you might not know how we'll get to Nigeria. You think I'll be sitting here when things are running in Nigeria like that? I would love to be on the ground because I will have reporters around the world that want to talk to me. Why do you think reporters take ways to go to war zone area so that they can? Why do you think Christian Ampo is well popular in CNN? She has gone to places that some of you would never even want to go. So, are you going to be in Nigeria? No, I'm not going to be sitting in London. I will be in Nigeria maximum 72 hours. We shut down the airport for 3-4 days, then the governors will understand that we are serious. But right now, they're just looking up there and they're saying, okay, just keep yourself there. Don't come to Nigeria. Because one show will find you know, it's okay. So, let's go back again. Pathetic. I've told you. Pathetic. One more time. Pathetic. Tabani. Pathetic. Is something that is sadness, pity. See people suffering. Pathetic. Sad. Causing feelings of sadness. Sympathy. We have sympathy for you. You think everybody I can give money to. But your God, Akeredolu has more money than me. When people come and say we need 5,000, go to Akeredolu and let him give you the 5,000. He has money. There's a lot of money in his hand, even though he's struggling with the 1999 Constitution. Sometimes lack of respect, especially because a person or animal is suffering. No animal is allowed to suffer in this country. We're just coming up to 7 a.m. local time in London where the transmission is coming from. The refugees were pathetic sight, starving, frightening. Are you all not refugee? Refugee in Nigeria. Are you not refugee? You think it's only people that run to Benin Republic are refugee. You are a refugee. Because refugee is always looking for somebody to give them food, to give them money, to give them clothes, to house them. A lot of you are refugees. And you remain refugee should we not allow Nigeria to break that bomb bastard country that was put together, by Lugard working for the monarch. In 1500, like I told you, the first Queen Elizabeth I was sending sheep through Don Hawkins. I told you that about a few days ago. They were not even paying us. They were actually kidnapping us as a slave, and then they took us all the way to America on the sugar plantation. Today, you don't need to be out of Nigeria, for those of you that can't go out. But the 1999 Constitutional Military Decree has locked you into Nigeria, and that's why today, everyone out of Nigeria are suffering. You are all in the state of pathetic. Let's go back to the Akeredolu again. Governor Rotimi Akeredolu of Ondo State yesterday, the state that was attacked by the Fulani terrorists. I told you that they are not Boko Haram. Jihadis are different from Boko Haram. I did that program yesterday, is on my timeline, and I don't leave all my videos on social media. When I finish, I download it because I don't trust any of this network. If they close my page down, I have backup of every single videos I've done in the last 3 years. As I have them in the cloud, I also have them with me because, like I said, we are fighting something that must be documented for the next generation. This is my archive. This is one of my hard drive. Every day, as soon as I finish, I download it so that I don't wait for all this bomb bastard network that they think that they can manipulate us. That's why they, look at what they've done with Simon Epp on Facebook. Now they don't even work with any Facebook anymore. If you want to listen to Simon Ekpa, you go to Enter Biafra. You think it's cheap what Simon Ekpa is doing in Enter Biafra. It's not cheap. I've checked it out. You need thousands of pounds to operate that kind of system. But at least you know that that belongs to you because it is built from the scratch. Support Koiki Media. What do you need money for? But your bastard politicians are stealing so much money that you cannot even enjoy that money. And we are here working around the clock, explaining things to you in details. You think Sean Wakimbalori politics today will talk about all this nonsense? I know him very well. He's never going to talk about it. You are all in a state of pathetic. Governor Rotimi Akeredolu of Ondo State yesterday expressed worry that state, he didn't say his own state, he said state, there's S at the end of it. S-T-A-T-E-S, state, the 36 states in the federation have been reduced to pathetic beggar. You know why? Because Akeredolu cannot have access to the resources in Ondo State. He will need Abuja to tell him what he needs to do. Akeredolu spoke at the 59th Founders Day Anniversary Lecture, Award and Endowment of the Adeyemi Federal University of Education in Ondo State that has been done. Go and look at the Adeyemi and whatever that university is. You will see the pathetic state of things. You know, they are still using laboratory from 1960 until maybe Old Student Association will buy one cooker, just like we saw, Akedolu's daughter. I don't have any hatred for her, but her father is a bomb bastard. I saw her went to Ekpe, say she donate one lecture room or whatever she donated. Even the building she was sitting, they cannot even renovate the building. How much is it going to cost them to renovate that building? Go to Ogbodinyo Grammar School Ikorodu and see the state of all the education in Yoruba land and the rest of the country. Bomb bastard. You think I'm going to be here, be wrapping your brain and be, washing your head? If you're looking for that, you go and listen to Fela Durotoye. That's the one that talk about motivation. I don't talk about motivation. My job is to break up that shit country. You're looking for somebody that doesn't want to break Nigeria, go to Fela Durotoye and go and listen to him and let him be wearing suit and be deceiving you. Or go and listen to Dele Momodu, let him be posting all this nonsense picture and be deceiving you. And that one will tell us that, he's a Yoruba man. Or go and listen to all these bomb bastard elites that are deceiving you. You think they love you. You think they love you. You are all in a state of pathetic. Some of you will cry. You will beg us. Go put all this record down. Ebewa. But we are waiting. Let's continue. The governor who spoke to, he cannot even go there himself. One bastard governor. He's very sick. His wife said his girlfriend is giving him some concussion so that he doesn't die. Because they are all stealing. Maybe the girlfriend wants to kill him quickly so that they can take all the money that they have with him. Only God knows what they do every day in that country. All the juju, all this, everything. So that your mind, you are locked into Nigeria. You think Nigeria will survive another 6? Some say, Koiki, when is it going to break? Even if it doesn't break now, it will still break at some point. There's no doubt about it in my mind. You think Nigeria will survive? Continue to let them deceive you, all your bomb pastor and imam and babalawo telling you there's one new Nigeria. Bori Broku people. Which one new Nigeria? Nigeria that hate the Igbos. The Igbos that hate the Yoruba. Yoruba that hate the Hausa. Hausa that hate the Kanuri. We hate each other. We cannot even stand each other. Is that a country you think it will exist in another 63 years? There will be civil war. I told you. You will write this down. You think I'm scared to be telling you there will not be another war in Nigeria? Koiki, are you going to come when there's war? Bomb bastard. Are we not seeing war in Ukraine? Do you know that there's a ceasefire in Sudan? Some of you don't even understand what is happening in the international global community. When they kill each other, they will tell them to stop for a while. When the Biafra start, tell them not to start because you are not ready. Bomb bastard, everyone of you. The governor who spoke to a special advisor on the union matters and special duties, Mr. Dari Aragbeye, said, there will be no end to misery. Do you know the meaning of misery? Shall I give you the meaning again? Some of you will be in misery state of things for your life. If you like, go to church and be fasting, you will die. You think that will solve the problem? Hey, there's going to be new Nigeria. Peter Obi is coming to be that fool and obedient. Let them be deceiving you, Aisha Yusuf, that is enjoying money, and then, Fela Durotoye, who is there again? Rino Douala. She too don't go America. They don't give her visa. It's good to be an activist though. You know, different activists. Me, I sit down here and I never even go America. Rino Douala don't go America, sha. I'm a, it's America. Tilon shele now. Kiko Ikino was America now. Am I not doing better than Rino Douala? Imagine Rino Douala is already in America. Koike have been talking about Yoruba nation. I've not even got to America. That is how they will be enjoying it. They listening to that Olori Buruku Reno where they are in Manchester, where they enjoy. All the money is stole from Jonathan. He will tell you that won't deceive people. He say, if you want to make money, listen. You see all these people when they say if you want to make money, tell them that how did they make their own money? Real money, not the one they'll tell you how to make money. Which one how to make money? Come bastard. And we see people that want to disturb the Biafra. I know they're with me now because they are the only one that listen to us on Biafra on the Twitter space. The Yoruba people don't have that time. I doff my heart for you Biafra people. I'm making no best that they speak Yoruba in between this program. And we're not taking anybody on the Twitter space. It's just for you to listen. If you're not comfortable, it's okay. There's 20 billion videos uploaded every blessed day on the social media. There's porn. Some people, they watch porn. That's the only way they enjoy themselves. Why some people listen? I was listening to, is it the repeat of Simon Ekpa yesterday? I catch up with him, even though I've been so busy sometimes. You know, and I follow their media. Some of you don't even listen to them anymore. So I can't tolerate the Biafra people. So why then do we want to stay together if we can't tolerate each other? Bomb bastard. Very hypocrite Yoruba people. So Governor of Akeredolu, I don't need to be. The most important is the headline. So we've heard what he wants to say here. Let's go to another headline. This one is talking about the problem that is about to start with the APC. Akeredolu rubbish APC zoning of the 10th National Assembly. Akeredolu is so angry, pissed off with the way they've handled. Do you know why? Let's read it a little bit. The governor of Ondo State and is also the chairman of the South. I don't know this phone. I don't buy 15 gig memory. Enter my phone. I have to speak to some of my team. Why is this telling me I don't have space? I bought £15 yesterday of a 15 gig memory into this stupid phone. It's still telling me I don't have space. I have 4 phones in Malaysia. These stupid phones. Governor of Ondo State and the chairman of the Southwest Governors Forum, Rotimi Akeredolu, has faulted the zoning arrangement of the ruling All Progressive Congress, who is also a member, for the office presiding officer of the 10th National Assembly, describing it as skewed. All this on Igbo too much. Let's go and find the meaning of skewed. Because when they are using all these words, it's because they know that a lot of you are elite, you know. But no, I don't like to use the word illiterate because I thought that is not the right word. They know a lot of us are dumb. They use skewed. What is the meaning of skew? It's called S-K-E-W. Skew. Not a skew. Suddenly change direction. So why they not put that thing inside that they put skew? How many people will understand that? That's the way they deceive us. What it means to be skewed. Something skewed is slanted or off the center. So is Nigeria not off the center since 1960? Is Nigeria on a straight line? You where you watch me or you where you listen. Nigeria was a straight line. You know, if I think I have a ruler here somewhere. I don't know where the children. Every time we keep buying all these things, hey, ruler lily. You know when we're in secondary school, sometimes they tell you draw a straight line. You draw that straight line. Is Nigeria on a straight line? Is Nigeria not squid or schooled or whatever? S-K-E-W-E-D. Nigeria has been schooled since how many years ago? So something we know this straight line. I told you by the time Tinubu finish, if he's still there and Nigeria doesn't break, I will be 52. You ask yourself, how would you be? My life will be better than you if God gives us spare life. Yes, my life will be better because at 52, WHO say you are likely to die in Nigeria. You will not go beyond 52. Have we not seen people die in the last couple of days? God bless their soul. And people die here. The lady that died here, my wife was telling me she's still about 58. So at least she passed Nigeria age. So people die. Don't come and tell me people don't die. We lost somebody yesterday. She died yesterday. Okay? 58 years old. And if I compare to, I don't want to mention names of people that died in Nigeria in the last same day. There was 149. There's another 140 something. So you are not likely to be 52. I didn't say that. That is what the World Health Organization is saying. So Nigeria has never been straight line anymore. We lost the plot. So arrangement that reinforces injustice and enhance equality. So he's already blaming their party that is this the same injustice. Tinubu will be much bitter than Buhari. You thought Buhari was wicked. Tinubu will be brutal. That's the right word I'm looking for. Omawa, brutal. Tinubu will be more brutal as a bastard Yoruba man that we are telling that Nigeria is not for us. Stop calling Tinubu bastard. Is he not bastard? Come and tell me he's not a bastard. And I'll call you as well, you're a bastard. Because Tinubu knew that all the arrangement is making right now is already screwed. So he cannot even start his government with proper straight line. He has already started with zigzag. The same way we are saying Buhari is zigzag. Let us first go for Sodowa. That's why there cannot be injustice in Nigeria. Because if you are saying that you want Tinubu to Roko Tiwaniko, that means we are doing the same thing that Buhari has done in the last 8 years. I am not the one saying this. This is your governor, Yoruba governor, saying that this is screwed. I don't know why they didn't even put straight line. All this Oyinbo is too much. Because he has already said it. Do you know what is injustice? Is that not what Buhari did? The injustice Buhari did for 8 years, Yolori Buruku Fulani, dead or alive, dementia. We are starting the same thing that Tinubu wants to do the same thing now. And you expect the Igbos, the other ethnic group, to be excited. And you want them to remain in Nigeria? You must be crazy. Akeredolu, in a statement, he personally issued it himself in Ondo State, the capital, on Wednesday, noted that the intention and the motives of the zoning formula represent early signs of steps aimed at an attempt to cabin the hand of the end presidency of our leader, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, by few individuals which their kuro eyes is always at Aso Rock bottom. They've started already. Tinubu is not even there already. It's still like 6 days to go, but they are already doing the same thing that Buhari did for 8 years. And this is what we are saying. The Constitution is more of my focus if they let me, they kill themselves. Let's come back again here. Relieve self of burdensome, self-imposed obligation. Akeredolu is telling the government. This is another one on the Guardian. Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu has identified the law regulating interactions among component units and agencies of the state as a major reason for the country backwardness. At least they are talking. The same talk where me and they talk in the last 3 years. The same talk where other people they talk. Is maybe the concussion where the girlfriend give her, maybe the wife don't go to church, they don't pray for her. They don't give her holy water. His eyes don't declare. He's now saying that the reason why Nigeria is backwardness, do you know what they call backwardness? While the world is moving forward, we are backwards. God stuck. You know. And any little people do small video, hey, help us. No, that is not the way we can help you. The only way we can help you is to break up the country, either through peace or through violence. And don't come and tell me about violence here, one bastard. I told you this man called Hawkins, or whatever it's called, Don Hawkins, you know, remember that Bolori Buruku that we talked about, you know, Darwin Hawkins. When he was going to Darwin Hawkins, remember that woman that went to Africa? Yeah? He actually used violence to remove people in Sierra Leone. And when Queen Elizabeth I realized that, so we can make money from slave, she gave her gun, give her both sheep and more people, and eventually, you know, he started taking more people as slaves. So let's move swiftly because I need to start winding down. We've done already 2 hours, 13 minutes. No calling today, but it's just for you to sit down there and listen. And if it's not something you want to listen, like I said, you can go and watch a porn movie on Twitter, on YouTube, or wherever you can find them. Or sometimes some of you send them through WhatsApp. There's so much going on the social media. So, where are we? So, Ondo State governor is already saying the reason why we are all backwards in this nonsense country is, I told you that myself and Captain John is when they say somebody is a captain, he used to drive plane, okay? I'm talking about almost 10 years ago now. He came to London. We talked about yellow pepper. Anambra has the best pepper than Uganda. Every Yoruba people, when you know they buy pepper for this country, you are buying Uganda pepper. When Anambra has pepper, that is better than Uganda one. But the bureaucracy, the bottleneck, they will not allow that to, to flourish. That's why we are living in backwardness. He came here, we didn't say he's an Igbo man. We went together, we went, to split our field in the cold weather. Go and watch the video. Let me see if I can even find it on the Captain John. Captain John Ola Yomi Koiki. Splitter Field Market. In the cold weather, we went there and eventually, let me see if I can just search myself. Very bitter cold weather. You know the reason why? Because we were looking for option that could be better for your lives from agriculture. Omodua, how are you? Did you sleep well? Good boy. Ready for school? Good boy. So anyway, I can't find it. Spitter. I think it's Spitter. It should be E. We went there, but today, Nigeria Spitter Field Market. And as of today, you are still backwards. Because why? Because they don't want your life to be better. While we are shouting every day that our life has been mortgaged, Akeredolu and the rest, I can't find the picture now, but I'm sure if I, even Archie was talking, and I did an interview with him when I came to Nigeria in 2019 to cover the election. Anyway, can't find it now. Our time is going. So, Akeredolu said the major reason is because of he has identified the law-regulated interaction. It is only in Nigeria that you go to Apapa port, they will tell you, no, you have to go back to Abuja. No, Abuja will say, no, you have to go back to Lagos. There is no interaction. It looks like it because everything is not straight. It's keyword, just like they use in that English word. Everything is not straight. There's no look. If I go to Wales now, automatically they can pick my data, and that even shows me I can do something now just to back that. But I just have to be very, very careful what I want to show because it's something very sensitive to me. So I've removed my camera first, and that is for a reason. I'm not sure that my camera has gone out of the broadcast because I need to start with something. I want to show you some UK government property, so you can't do anything with it. If you like copying, you cannot do anything with it. I don't own it because the government tells me I am not the owner. And my license has been with me for the last how many years now? So we're going to go back again. I'm doing it at the background again. So DVLA check, driver license. So I want to check my driver license in UK. Check. Thank you so much, those of you that are with me on the live transmission. So now, oh yes. I mean, there is, like I said, it's nothing big here. I can't do anything with my own details. Trust me, nobody can use it. So we're gonna go back now. So I'm gonna impute the same system I've had before earlier, which is my driver license. 7. So you think I'm just one of those? I told you that you are dealing with the last man standing on this movement. I will be the last man standing. You think what I'm doing, the British government doesn't know. I am not Adeyinka grandson that they'll come and arrest in the house. Adeyinka grandson was saying things that he should not be saying, which they don't want. So bear with me. We're almost there. And this is what we are saying to our people. We want a system that works. A system that works, not the one that doesn't work. You can see that I was honest. If I'm not honest, guy, I will not even know that what I was sharing behind the screen because I thought I removed it. But at the end of the day, it shows that you are dealing with a very, very genuine guy. Hey, Koike, how much have you stolen from Nigeria, from Yoruba Nation? Some of you don't understand anything. Continue to listen to people like Shoya Koribe that doesn't have any standard. Can't compare me with Shoya Koribe and Ejina and the rest of them. So let's finish this. If I want to prove to any company in the UK that this, my license that I have is valid, then there is a way okay. So the full detail that you will have seen is the one that you're not going to see now. So the one I want to show you, let me click on it so that people around the world will understand why we are saying that. Don't ever think Nigeria will get to that standard. Never. Never. They don't want that because they know that the moment that happens, trust me, Nigeria will be great, but they don't want that. So I'm going to now bring my camera back. I mean my back end, so that some of you will then see why I am saying that I am not the kind of guy. Because you did sit here. So So yeah, because you were not here when I was telling you to sit down. Remember, I want to bring my camera in quickly. Okay, now can you see what I'm showing you now? What I'm actually showing you now indicates that this, my driver license, does not have any penalty or disqualification. You guys might not see it on Instagram, but if you're on the YouTube, on Facebook, you see what I'm talking about. This is part of why we are saying that we want a society that I can verify that you are who you say you. Some of you are ghosts, even some of you, because some of you are using fake information to have registered and all that. And this is the difference of why we are saying that Nigeria cannot work, because they've actually kept you backwards in the last 63 years. So this gives me, then if I click, if I click on the get your check code, that check code I can send to any company and they can verify that this, my license, is exactly what I told them without leaving my house. In terms of this is why we are saying that you can never be Nigerian when you cannot even verify who you are. Some of you, your documents are fake. I cannot change my details in UK because they've already locked it. And you cannot steal my details. If you steal it, they will find out. Because they will still send some message to me on my phone that I need to verify that it is me. And this is why we are saying that the system in Nigeria that is operating right now, that Akeredolu is talking about, is not working. We're going to be winding down because of it. We spent too much time already. And it also tells me the kind of vehicles I am allowed to drive with this, my license. It even breaks it down. But if I want to drive in UK, you can tell that it tells me the kind of vehicle. You can see these are the vehicles that my license permit me to drive in UK. So a lot of you just drive in Nigeria, you don't have any understanding. So you expect me to come and live in a society that is not working. You must be crazy. And this license is still valid up to 2048. Every 10 years, I have to send them a new picture. And this is why we are saying that we cannot live in Nigeria when the system is not working. And I hope you get the message. That is what I wanted to show you, even though I've given you extra. Don't ever in your life compare me with all this bastard that are just talking to you now. Imagine if you're saying that, oh, okay, hey, my beautiful sister, baby black. These are my family on the social media. Not family on social media, but mo ti dárúkọ ìyá àdúrà láàárọ̀ mo kí ẹ ṣàlàáfíà ló wà. So in terms of any, so don't come here and be thinking that I don't know, you think I come and sit here, I don't have any job to do. So if I can show you this, let the others show you the same thing. They can't. That's why I tell you, I am not an illegal immigrant. I am only doing this because I found one. And you can tell, I do not have any point in my license. That's what you're watching right there. Shame Yawa Toyin. Sharing on Instagram, you can't see what you have to go on the YouTube or Facebook. Those of you on the mix Twitter space, you won't be able to see. 0 current penalty point. You only have 10. 10 initial be 12. I can't remember. The moment they take cut out of it, at some point some people cannot drive. So you think we don't have a job? Bomb bastard. So we leave that for now because now I'm now really running out of. I'm pressed of time now. So I'm going to just play one video and then I'm going to wind down.
Listen, and you will not stand up to immoral conduct. Then we justify that particular conduct. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And quite sincerely, the judges too, they have part of the blame, but they don't have all the blame. The problem, I think, like the Patriots pointed out a long time ago, is that Constitution, Decree 24 of 1999, is a diktat. It's a military diktat.
Did you hear that?
It tells a lie against itself.
Did you hear that?
You are brandishing.
It tells a lies against itself.
It's an illegitimate instrument.
There's
nowhere where we all agree that will be
even though it begins with "we the people."
Which
that's the lie that I'm talking about, and I'm not original here.
Which one is "we the people"?
Patriots have said it. Okay, and Ben Wabose continues to say, I attend meetings on the black table where Ben Wabose presides, and he will tell you that Constitution is a fraud.
You see?
That we have to jettison it and do an autochthonous Constitution.
And this video is 4 years ago. And now Akeredolu, that is meant to know better, is now just talking because Tinubu wants to get there. You will all cry. I got to go now because, like I said, I have other things to do. That is how far. I would have loved to play more of the other videos, but we can't. But like I always say, there's always more time to have discussion. My name is Olami Koiki. Enjoy the rest of the day. And like I always say, if it's not this platform, it's always going to be another platform. That is why we are different. I take you through a different angle every blessed day. Enjoy the rest of the day. Catch up when I catch up. But for now, we have to say, this is the lecture room that will change your mind and you will hate Nigeria. Forget about all your pastor, your wali, all your white garment, all your black garment, your afar telling you that Nigeria is going to be great. Nigeria is dead gone. Let's go and then leave the program for now. And that is how far we can go this morning. Thank you so much for those of you that spend the time. Like I said, we give you even a bonus just to show that you are there. Originality. Let her give you the originality. She can't because she's fake and she's one of the biggest scammer. Biggest scammer. They can't. That is why I will be different from others. Have a very good afternoon or good morning. And bye for now. Let's play the anthem and close the broadcast. And meet me when you meet me on the street again when we'll be doing our broadcast. Bye for now.
生，好牺牲。